Truly tight, we got a spark to ignite. Crishaun and SkrillKill taking flight. They got guns just for the fight. We're the misfits in the light. Welcome to the Misfit Show, where ideas clash and flow. We rise above as chaos grows. In this nation we all know they are America's most dangerous. America's most dangerous. America's most dangerous. The crudest, the rudest, the meanest, the most dangerous.
Misfit Nation on the air, America's most dangerous day. Misfit Nation.
Live, Hal.
What are we gonna do?
Told you. We're gonna hang out, watch a movie,
It is the Misfit Nation.
take some pictures.
Welcome to the show.
Let's get a cock drop. Another cock drop in the comment box. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, Misfit Nation fans? It's Jake Hudson, the greatest of the great, the Don of the HWO. Telling you, if you like to see more, a show is like the Misfit Nation, come over to my channel, the Jake Hudson Show. Look up Jake Hudson on YouTube, because we are the best of the best. And you know what? All those prima donnas, we do it better over here. You can join the HWO and become part of the HWO Nation. And when you're part of the HWO Nation, it's for life.
If you want to support the Misfit Nation, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/misfitnation.
We all know they're very dangerous. We must get ready for it.
The Misfit Nation. Misfit Nation. Misfit Nation.
The Misfit Nation.
Misfit Nation.
The Misfit Nation.
Misfit Nation.
Misfit Nation.
You say benzo, I say pop it. You say Kenzo, I say got it. Grandmother naked. Grandmother takes it. Benzo, my friendo, flexing my Kenzo. Benzo, my friendo, flexing my Kenzo.
You say Crowder, I say watch it. Steven Crowder, about to crush it.
Where did Crowder come from?
Big ass liar.
Take your AI bullshit.
Benzo, my friendo, flexing my Kenzo. Benzo, my friendo, flexing my Kenzo. Fuck my haters, kill the traitors, fuck all skaters.
That's what I say.
Respect my wife.
You get him, Jordan.
You get him, Jordan. The only time he wins is his AI. Terrible. Man.
Well, you want to just jump right into that?
Fuck it. Why not?
One of our what do you call it? Our heroes of the right wing.
Fuck out of here.
Well, now you're gonna remember this. Remember, I warned you guys about Jordan Peterson many years ago.
You did.
Based specifically on the fact that he publicly cried a little too many times.
You did.
Just one too many times for my liking.
Ooh.
And well, it wasn't even like, you know, my grandmother died. And I was like, okay, I get you. I get why you're crying about that. It was like, me and my daughter, we had such a beautiful evening. We danced the night away. And it's like, bro, can you fucking keep it together? One woman goes, wow, Mr. Peterson, I've realized, it was a black woman, but she's UK. Mm-hmm. I've realized that I thought you were a racist, but you're actually not a racist. And he goes, "Oh my God, it's just so beautiful when people can see the truth." And it's like, bro, what would have been nice is like, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you for seeing the truth and being a reasonable human.
It brought him to his knees.
It's just when we could bridge the divide in this Shut up.
Yeah, I don't know if I think no, especially I can only speak for me. When Jordan Peterson first dropped on the scene, at least in my opinion, he marketed himself as a conservative leaning person. But over the years, you can kind of see that I think he's more of a centrist. Maybe he leans a little bit more left than he would like to admit.
I'll be honest, I don't even know if it's fair to say that he ever did classify himself as a right winger.
I don't think I think he marketed himself.
No. It's not even that.
Okay.
I think what happened was it's one of those situations where the left pushed a person so far that they became right wing, and the left made him a right wing figure.
Got you.
When in reality, Jordan Peterson was never really that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Another thing is, because people are going crazy over this clip. I mean, do you want to, before we play the clips, do you want to give like a dissertation in what you think?
Yeah, I mean, I as a Christian, I think one of the easiest questions that I can answer from an atheist is whether or not I'm a Christian, right? So if somebody says, "Hey, are you a Christian?" I'm not going to deny the Lord. That's one of the cardinal sins in the Bible. That's how Peter almost got messed up, because he denied the Lord 3 times, right? So yeah, if you claim, and I thought he claimed to be a Christian, if you claim to be a Christian, then you shouldn't have a problem saying I'm a Christian. You shouldn't be like, oh, it's none of your business. You're here for a debate. And you can't sit there and this guy, obviously, leftists never approach a debate in good faith. So you already know what you signed up for. It's 1 versus 20 of y'all. You're in a debate. He sounds like a fucking OnlyFans girl on whatever. He doesn't want to answer questions. It's like, bitch, what are you doing?
All right. Yes, from this clip, I agree with you. However, I actually disagree with the common consensus that Jordan Peterson lost this debate. Okay. Let me ask you, did you watch the full debate?
I've only seen a few clips, this included, but I didn't watch the full debate. No.
I don't think anybody watched it.
No, because
I'll be honest,
I was not interested.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody watched it, and they all based it off of these few clips. Jordan Peterson actually destroyed everybody in that fucking room.
Oh, we did.
Absolutely. Okay. Now, the problem with Jordan Peterson, and I'm just gonna give my side of it, and then we'll play the clip. But is that he never actually claimed to be a Christian. That's one where I think people are overreacting. Is that the reason he sounded like that is because he doesn't claim to be a Christian. He claims that and I believe this because I think it's possible to a degree, and we'll get to the degree part of it, to live your life by Christian ethics, but not necessarily consider yourself a Christian.
Yeah, that's called being a good person.
Yes, but however, I do still believe that requires a belief in God.
It has to have some sort of faith.
Yeah, it has to. Well, that's what the whole debate was about. That's what the entire debate was about, and I think Jordan Peterson defeated every single one of them because he used Christian ethics and Christian morality, and they were all arguing from the point that they get their morality sort of intrinsically, naturally, or comes.
Actually, you get the sin naturally.
Yes, it's like kind of the opposite.
Yeah, you get the sin naturally.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so I'm gonna try to prove that Jordan Peterson did actually win this, and that he's not getting fairly judged in his performance in this debate.
Okay.
And the reason, though, why he's looking this bad is because he's trying to have the Christian ethics without the actual, accepting Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior.
Right.
That's where he fails. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. So let me just play this. And then I also have a theory about this whole debate, too.
Why is that relevant?
Because you go to a Catholic church, don't you? Or you've attended recently. You're interested in Catholicism, aren't you?
Sure.
All right. Are you familiar with their doctrines?
Somewhat.
Okay, you're
Their
familiar.
doctrines are very
how do they
deep.
regard Mary?
Why are you asking me that?
Because you're a Christian.
You say that. I haven't claimed that.
Oh, what is this? Is this Christians versus atheists?
I don't know.
You don't know where you are right now.
Don't be a smartass.
Well,
and I mean
either you're a
'cause I
Christian
won't
or you're
talk
not.
to you if you're a smartass.
Oh, either you're a Christian or you're not. Which one is it?
I could be either of them, but I don't have to tell you.
You don't have to tell me. I was under the impression
private.
I was invited to talk to a Christian. Am I not talking to a Christian?
No, you were invited to.
I think everyone should look at the title of the YouTube channel. You're probably in the wrong YouTube video.
You're really quite something, you are.
Aren't I? But you're really quite nothing. Right? You're not a Christian.
Okay, I'm done with him.
Oh! Little burn.
You're really quite nothing. Yeah.
No, that kid was that kid's an asshole. Straight asshole.
Yes.
The thing is if you were taking this from the standpoint of, like, let's say Charlie Kirk or Steven Crowder or somebody who actually claims to be a Christian gave that same answer, then yes, I'm with all of you and your criticisms of Jordan Peterson. However, he doesn't. He never has. He never has claimed an actual religion. You know what I mean? So that's where I think the criticism is off. It doesn't make sense. It's where the right wingers actually fell for the left wing's bullshit in that Jordan Peterson was a right wing Christian guy. That was their shit they put on him when that's not what he ever was.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's another thing. I think Jubilee, or that's who puts on these things, I think they fucked Jordan Peterson.
What do you mean?
I think because I watched the entire debate in its entirety. There's a lot of editing going on.
A lot of cutting.
Yes. A lot of weird cuts. I'll show you, even in this clip. I think it was around here. Because I think my theory is that they didn't tell Jordan Peterson this was going to be framed as a Christian versus 20 atheists. I think they told him something different, and he was going there more as like, I'm here to be the counterpoint to atheism and to be sort of the pro-Christian ethic standpoint. You get what I'm saying? And I think the way that Jubilee was like, yeah, but we can't really make that snappy. It needs to be snappy, Jordan.
It's not buzzworthy.
Yeah, so I think they kind of simplified it down to one Christian versus 20 atheists. And if you notice, they had to change the title of the video. It's now Jordan Peterson versus 20 atheists.
Yeah, because when it first dropped, it wasn't that. Yeah, it was Christian.
And that's where I think it fucked Jordan Peterson.
Wow.
Yeah. Now look at this edit right here. Because this is where I think, this is what gave me the theory is because Jordan Peterson actually, it looks like he's going to read what his standpoint was and then they cut it. Watch.
I was invited to talk to a Christian. Am I not talking to a Christian?
No, you were invited to.
I think everyone should look at the title of the YouTube
You're
channel.
right. You're right.
Yes.
It was 3:58.
The clock.
And now it's 3:52. What the fuck happened to those seconds?
They cut out an entire sentence from Jordan Peterson.
Right. Jordan, I apologize, bro.
That's another thing. The clock, that was a dead giveaway too. There's another clip with Parker where they do a huge edit and Parker and the clock all of a sudden goes from 20 to fucking 5 minutes.
So there's 5 minutes of conversation that's missing?
There's 15 minutes.
Oh, 15. Jesus.
Yeah, or like it's just weird. There's like weird edits with the clock. They really edited around this whole thing. Like it's something happened in this debate that I think they told Jordan Peterson it was one thing and they told the atheists it was another thing. And in the edits, they were like, fuck, we have to edit around our fuck up and our lie. So they kind of set up everybody to be assholes here. Second point, I believe that kid is a plant. Because that was the only time he went into the debate and it was him basically, like the edit that they put in there made him look good and made Jordan look bad. Like it made it look like Jordan didn't know what the fuck he was there doing.
What he was doing, yeah. Made him look unprofessional.
And it made the kid look like he had a big gotcha moment. And that was the only time that kid sat in that chair to debate. He didn't try to jump up out of the chair one time until that. No, before that or after that. I think it was a moment where they were like, okay, let's put the plan in now.
Okay.
I'm just speculating on that, but the editing just makes me feel like it's fucking weird.
You have the Parker clip?
Yeah. Hold on, give me a second. I'm actually going to play, because I do want to play like 2 other clips where Jordan does fucking lay into them. I'm going to use the actual thing here. Hopefully I don't get any. Because the Parker clip is in here. But let me just play this first clip where he basically does kind of destroy the entire like crux of the atheist argument. And again, I think if people were to actually watch the whole thing, they'd realize that this wasn't like some kind of like lefties actually destroy Jordan Peterson. Now, it's important to highlight this, and the reason why I want to spend a little bit of time on it is because even the right-wingers are using this as a way to kind of go, Jordan Peterson's done. He's useless to us. Fuck him.
Throwing him away.
When in reality, it's not that. We're being fucking lied to again. We're being controlled by just clips. And as right-wingers, we should know better. I did the same thing that we preached all the time. I saw the clips, and I'm like, okay, that looks bad. And I was getting ready to even do the show without watching the whole thing. But I'm like, Jordan Peterson deserves a little more respect. Let me at least do the 30-second one way, 30-second the other way, and see the entire thing. And I did that, and it made me go, oh, fuck, let me actually watch this whole thing, because we're being lied to with these clips. Because if you actually do that, you'll realize they're either editing around him or he's actually destroying these fucking kids. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's a fair point. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch it. And
thank you for being honest about that. Yeah,
that's on me. Something that I got to do a better job of. To be clear, I didn't think he. Based off what I saw, my only opinion was that he wasn't representing Christianity the right way. That was my opinion. I didn't have an opinion on whether or not he lost, because I didn't see it. But in terms of Christianity, and again, I'm looking at it as thinking that he has called himself that before, not knowing that he hasn't, right?
Right.
So,
and in that context, you can go, "What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah,
what are you ashamed? Like you're denying Christ as a Christian?" But then when you actually add the context that no, he's not a Christian, he just defends Christian ethics and all that
makes sense.
Like he's a guy that you can bring over to Christ. You know what I mean? Because he's at least living his life by Christian ethics or like preaching Christian ethics. It's just kind of it kind of comes off a little empty when you're not preaching Christ. It almost does feel like you do believe, but you're a little afraid to say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not our place to say.
It's not. That's his journey.
But that's what I'm saying. I think we're being way too judgmental, and the fact is that he actually did defend Christianity very well in this debate.
Okay.
Let me just play this one clip. Disagree if you think I'm wrong.
Partly that, yes, yes, but that the same thing might extend to a broader domain that would include imagination and value.
Could you help me connect that to the prompt?
Well, I'm trying to define God, the God that I don't think atheists do a very good job of defining. Here's another question for you. What do you think guides you in your determination of whether or not what you're saying to me is true?
Jorge is always
son of a bitch.
Motherfucker. Right when it gets good, right?
I remember, I died on the hill of never paying for YouTube. I started paying for YouTube maybe like 2 months ago.
Oh, you actually got the red, huh?
Never looking back, bro. I don't get it. There's no ads.
I've been hearing that a lot.
It's the best. You could just keep going. You can
maybe I need that for the show at least.
You can close your phone, not have to look at the video, but you actually want to hear what's going on. Like you could do all that shit.
I feel
so.
You.
It is worth it, but I wouldn't make that investment if you have bills and shit.
Yeah. All right, let's finish this.
Can we go back? Can we stay on what we were talking about?
We are.
So wait, real quick, you get the framing of where he's going with this, right?
Absolutely.
It's that you don't just get your morality or like your decisions to make good decisions, or even the idea of what good decisions and bad decisions are, without some kind of without the idea of God sort of giving us those principles,
right? Because I mean, the step is, it all comes down to fear, right? We're supposed to fear the Lord. And I guess one of the atheists' way of excusing is it's a control thing, but it is a control thing because if there's no other being or if there's no life after death, then we could just do whatever here because nothing matters.
The only real good argument I think atheists might have is that, okay, before Jesus came to earth and died for our sins, people were still living by some kind of morality that was bringing us, through the ages or whatever. And the fact
easily explained, yeah.
Well, the fact is that there was Judaism.
Mm-hmm.
The whole idea is that Judaism was the religion before Christ. Christ actually lived by Judaism, right?
And then Christianity became the religion after his death and resurrection.
Jesus was the fulfillment of Judaism, like the fulfillment of the prophecy. So basically, it was in Christianity, it was supposed to be the end of Judaism and the beginning of the new religion, of which is, basically Judaism plus. You know what I mean? Judaism Lux.
Judaism Lux. Judaism Express.
Right.
Yes.
But yeah, more or less, yeah, that's kind of where this conversation is going. Sorry, we had it, but I just wanted to explain it so that people got the context of. Oh, I was gonna say, sorry. The only thing is that they have is that the argument they have is that people live some kind of good thing or whatever. But there was an idea of God before that. Jesus Christ,
absolutely,
walked the earth.
10 Commandments,
all of that. Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay.
You're just uncomfortable with the question.
No, I feel like you're just kind of throwing different spaghetti at the wall.
I'm not.
Okay.
I asked
All right.
you a very specific question. What is it that you think guides you when you're talking to me to help you determine whether what you say is true?
Logic, memory, reasoning, sensory information.
How do you distinguish that from being governed by something that's false?
An interesting question.
How do you know the difference when you speak between what's true and what's false? So you could imagine.
Infer, right? I can infer.
From what principles?
So, and what are you getting at?
I'm getting at the fact that your conscience guides you. Is that reasonable?
Conscience is defined by
conscience.
My empathy and my reason are my foundational.
Define it any way you want.
Okay, so that's how I'm defining my conscience. Is my my conscience is my sense of
right
and wrong. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah,
Where does that come from?
I would say that comes from an evolved capacity.
It's such a beautiful way to argue with, or not. It's not even arguing. It's more just like, let me just let you figure it out. So I get my conscience is basically rooted from my empathy and my sympathy and my compassion. Where do you get that from?
Mm-hmm.
You just keep bringing them down the rabbit hole. Where do you get that from? Andrew Wilson is brilliant at that shit.
Yeah,
brilliant.
He's great at that.
Yeah. Half of the time, he doesn't even debate with people. He just lets them debate themselves. That's the great part.
And they beat themselves every time.
Every time. And I'm just saying, that's what Jordan Peterson did throughout this entire debate. If you see, is anybody going to watch that and tell me that kid was defeating Jordan Peterson?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. He had no clue what to say or even where he gets his fucking morality from.
But I think what's really great about it is that he's listening. Like this guy's actually trying to have a conversation with him, right? He's listening. He's taking it. He's like, damn, you know what? I haven't even thought of it like that. I don't know what his response is going to be, but at least he's actively listening to the arguments Jordan's making.
Well, that's where the whole thing, because Jordan, I'm going to show you in a second too. There's a part where a lot of people are making fun of him for going, don't be a smartass, right? Or I'm not going to talk to you. Mm-hmm. He was doing that throughout the entire debate. He did that maybe 3 times. But the reason is because he started the debate as a thing of going I don't debate people to win. I'm debating to understand. I'm debating so that they can understand better. It's it's a conversation more than it is. There's too much of that going on the internet, and I totally agree with him.
That's true.
It's all this I just want to slam dunk on fucking liberals. It's okay, I get it. We need that. Don't get me wrong. We need that in the culture. But at some point, we have to progress the fucking conversation. Otherwise, we can't just live in I'm slam dunking on liberals forever.
You just turn into them.
We just turn into idiocracy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're going. Nobody's progressing, honestly. And I'm not a progressive or anything. I'm just saying the conversation.
Sound really progressive.
Fucking ideas or something. Or at least there's nobody going Okay, where are we settling this on? We could have these conversations over and over and over, but where is the settlement? Where's the thing of like who admits that they're wrong? It never happens.
No.
Yeah.
Most people want to get the last word.
It's just I have to win. I have to win, and let me tell you why. Because of reasons like this. Jordan Peterson goes to have a good faith conversation, good faith debate, and they fucking drag him through the mud like he lost. It's because he wasn't trying to win.
Right.
You guys, not saying you, but you guys who fucking fell for that shit lost the whole point. You lost the plot of why he was even doing it.
True.
Let me just play this other part. Anything you have to say before?
No, let me see what the black guy got to say.
Now they have an argument about science.
Okay.
Where they're trying to say, well, it's science. And I think Jordan Peterson makes a fucking brilliant argument about it.
We're taking care of him, right? So we know that at some level, early in our evolutionary history, we actually developed altruism. We have examples of chimpanzees who actually have a basic understanding of fairness, right? If you give a chimpanzee 2 grapes, right, and his buddy gets 3, right? He actually freaks out, right? But you give both chimps 3 grapes.
That's how they wrote the Willie Lynch papers, by the way.
Damn. Woo! We here.
And they're good. We have examples of parrots.
Except for the greedy chimps.
Except for the greedy chimps.
They want 4 grapes.
They want 4 grapes. You know, those do exist, right? But we have similar examples where we do animal tests, right?
So morality is intrinsic.
I think.
So it precedes science.
Social animals, which we are, right, require some level of morality or.
Into what? I'm not disagreeing.
Sure.
Why do they require that?
Because it's the only way that social groups can actually survive, right?
That's my point with regards to science. Thank you very much.
Is that?
Precisely the point that you just made, that science has to exist within a moral framework that isn't in itself scientific.
How's that not scientific?
Well, because it's not derived from the scientific process, as you just indicated.
It doesn't need to derive from the scientific process. It's the fact that
hang on a sec.
we are social animals and we need that to exist as a group.
I
right?
agree, but you pointed to the morality of Neanderthals, to the morality of chimpanzees. They didn't derive that from science.
They don't need to. That's not how that works.
That's my point.
Science explains it.
So no, science doesn't explain.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. He's trying to.
This guy doesn't realize he just lost.
The black guy's trying to make the argument that we can explain these things due to science, and I want to talk. I want to really get into this whole chimpanzee shit. But Jordan's like, well, I mean, you say that, but where does that even come from? It's like you still have to answer where that comes from.
Well, no, he's more trying to say that science is what gave us our morality.
The black guy?
I think that's what the argument he's trying to make is that like science, like.
No, I think he's trying to say that it's intrinsic. He's trying to say that if you look at the evolutionary trail, we could look at monkeys. And if monkeys they do the same things that we do, because if you give me 2 things and you give somebody else 3 things, I'm gonna look at him. He's basing it off of his shit. Now, if you give me 2 things, like if you give me 2 free things and you give the guy next to me 3 free things, I'm not gonna look at him and be like, damn, I need 3, because that's my morality. I'm happy with the 2. But he's basing it off of how he would feel, and he's also putting that on monkeys. You can't put that on monkeys, because monkeys, if a monkey wants to have sex with another monkey, he's not going to ask. He's not going to warm that pussy up. He's just going to go in it.
He just does it.
You know what I mean? There's steps to being human, and there's such a leap that you can't say that we came from this thing. We are our own thing, that we were made singular. We didn't derive from something else. We were created. And I think that's where the difference is.
Well, yeah, we're the only animal on Earth that isn't completely like driven by our natural fucking like wants and needs and shit.
No other animal has a conscience. And yeah, people will be like, oh, well, dolphins can save you if you're drowning, and whales will do this, and fucking, wolves will save a baby and take care of it. And it's like, okay, you're talking about what, the 1%? Most of the times whales will fucking wait till you drown.
What about
fucking
Harambe?
Dolphins will toss you around, toss your body around. They might rape you, depending on how warm the water is that day. These people are fucking insane.
Depending on how much you're bleeding.
Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I get it. They want to explain things away, but if you peel everything back, There's no other explanation.
Well, also liberals and atheists, really, people who are coming from that standpoint, like to argue with the exception. And it's like, that's not the, the old saying, the exception isn't the rule. And you don't base things on the exception.
Right.
You base it on the typical. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's where they kind of fucking fail, all like to begin with, because they'll go, here's the exception, and then they'll go, here's the story of an exception, and then they'll say, and millions of other people like that, and it's like that's not going on. You're just lying now. You're giving us like an exception and then lying about there being more people like that.
Yes,
it's not the truth. This is the part where
it's Parker
again. Watch the clock.
Mm-hmm.
This is Parker sitting down for the first time, meeting Jordan Peterson for the first time.
Okay.
Epic moment.
Is he running?
By
Looks
the way,
like he's sprinting to the chair.
Parker was doing a really douchey thing where every time, like, they would all sprint to the chair and he would lose, like somebody else would win, he would shake the hand of the person who got in the chair.
Yeah, I fucking hate this kid.
He's a fucking douchebag. He doesn't know how to behave.
Put her there, pal.
Yeah.
Put her there.
Hey, better man won.
Better man won.
You're in the chair now, bud.
Hey, don't let me down.
This baby's treated a lot of us well. Hey, you're up, pal.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I guess since you said morality and purpose cannot be found in science.
Did you see that huge jump cut?
Wait a minute.
And then it goes back to 5 minutes.
It was 20 minutes when he sat down, right?
Yeah.
Why is it 5 minutes and 5 seconds?
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to be fair. Because there's times where, like, you know how this works, right? They cut them off. They raise their flag to cut them off, and then they vote another person, or they run to the chair for the next person. So this was in the middle of a round, but I noticed whenever they're going to the choosing of the people, they reset the clock to 20, but they only do it sometimes.
Okay.
So me as an editor, I was thinking that I think at some point they realized, okay, we got to actually edit this fucking video. So every time they're going to do that, we're just going to reset the clock so that when we edit it, it's always 20. But then they missed some of them, or the beginning, it wasn't doing that, where it would literally still be 5 minutes or whatever. So just in case they had to edit, they would do that. Does that make sense?
I feel like you're giving them too much grace. It does make sense.
No, it's the only way that could have been done. Like, why else would you reset the clock?
What if Jordan Peterson was making really good arguments that would...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that would push people to Christianity. That's why you would do that. That's why you would do that.
I mean,
I don't put it past Jubilee. Jubilee is the new what used to be that leftist network.
I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of it.
They're just the new one. They're the new version of that. They try to hide it with being fair and we'll put everybody on. I saw a fucking video the other day where it was like, find out which one of us didn't have plastic surgery. And they had a fucking tranny on there. You mean to tell me that the tranny, that I'm supposed to pick the tranny that didn't have plastic surgery? That's guess number one, actually. Yeah, you had plastic surgery. Let's move on.
Yeah, speaking of which, there was a video of Parker, who we're going to watch right now, crashing out after he admitted that he would sleep with a tranny.
Oh, we got to see that. Okay,
we'll play that later.
Yeah. We might have to play that next. Foaming at the mouth.
You got a lighter?
I do.
It would just depend on like what you're referencing. If you're saying a description of your psychological preferences would be considered within science,
It's my only one,
but I
though,
don't think
so
that you have
I'll
to say
toss
that
it
it
back.
comes from science in order to
I'm
be
gonna have
like
to
an
grab
atheist. As an agnostic atheist, I don't know if God exists and I don't believe that a God exists. And the only ones that I would really reject would be like the all-knowing, all-powerful, all-good, perfect notion of God that plenty of Christians like prescribe themselves. So I guess
How is that relevant to this claim?
You're basing a position of morality and purpose in some like notion of God that isn't the same type of notion of God that typical Christians would prescribe. Your notion of God is
what typical Christians?
Yeah, typically when I talk to Christians, they say that they believe in an all-knowing.
How about Cardinal Newman, who defined God as conscience? He was a major influence on all of Catholic social theory. How about that Christian?
Sure. So do you believe in the all-knowing, all-powerful, all-good notion of God?
What do you mean by believe?
So I don't think this is the clip, right, that went viral.
Okay.
Is it?
I didn't see
remember?
a Parker clip.
I have
The clip
Parker
that I saw went viral was the dude in the flower shirt.
Oh, the only one that we watched, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, I mean, that's pretty much it. I feel like I proved that he wasn't...
Yeah.
He was actually fucking smashing these idiots.
Yeah, which to his credit is what I originally expected. Just with everything that we spoke about earlier, just threw me for a loop, that kind of answer. But now knowing what I know, then shout out to Jordan Peterson.
Yeah. I think he did very well. On that
Jubilee
one.
did him a disservice.
Oh yeah, they definitely fucked him. And it worked. It worked.
Absolutely.
I can't believe after all these years
they can still get us.
And after all the distrust of the media. Oh.
You can come on, it's fine. Hello.
Lighters.
Yeah.
Here. Oh, sorry.
No, we good.
Fucking line drive that to your face.
No, we good. I caught it though. That's the only thing that matters as a man. Doesn't matter how you catch it as a man, as long as you know.
As long as you get it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what are we gonna move on to? I guess the last thing I'll say on Jordan Peterson: stop fucking falling for the horse shit. The fucking 30-second clips, and they make people look like idiots. Like, come on, that's fucking what 10 years ago.
Yeah,
that used to work.
That's so 2016, man.
Exactly.
Let me see.
I guess you believe there were very fine people on both sides, huh?
Let's get into a little bit of Trump and Israel.
Yes.
What did you have going on? Because I did want to talk about, how. Oh, I guess we'll save that for the Elon Trump. So.
Well, I mean, I guess there was. I'm gonna have to play a clip from one of our favorite people.
By the way, Trump pardoned NBA YoungBoy, and he also pardoned Larry Hoover.
Yeah, I think he's getting a little.
It's like there's some things that we don't need to do. And I'm going to be honest. Like, did we really need them niggas back on the streets? Now, Larry's not coming back because Trump only pardoned him for the federal. He still got 200 years on state charges, so he's done.
Oh, so he's gone. Yeah,
he's done. But
that's just symbolic.
Yeah, that's which I don't even know why he would have done that.
That's just to keep the you-know-what's quiet. Go ahead. I think that was Kanye West that did that.
It was a bunch of people. It was Kanye West. I think definitely
Kardashian. I think was one that
major influence.
Yeah.
Major influence. YoungBoy, which I don't know how many chances do you give somebody who became a rapper, earning top 1% of earnings?
do the Kanye dick riders say that? Because I think that's a fair critique to go like, Kanye, why did you want Larry Hoover freed?
Oh, because he's a DD.
But how does that line up with fucking White Nation?
Because no, it doesn't. Because Kanye is Chicago. Kanye's got there's different sets of Kanyes, bro. Like,
I bet you they'll find a way. Like Nick Fuentes would find a way to like justify that.
Yeah.
Or he would just write that off as if it was like not that big of a deal.
I think given that Kanye did come up in Chicago relatively, lived a decent life. I do think that at some point he had friends that were involved in that life, just like as just being around, but he wasn't like a gangbanger.
I don't even believe that. I'll be honest.
So?
Nah.
Really?
I believe Kanye
even based off of the documentary. You don't believe that? That none of those people around him were like involved or
Hoover
affiliated?
Crips and shit like that?
Yeah, I'm not saying like directly. I'm saying like he might have been friends with somebody who was cool with somebody who was in that.
Probably when he got into rap. I think before rap, he was completely isolated from niggatry.
Before rap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Well, I'm only using Nick as a jump off point. This isn't necessarily, well, I guess it is a critique on him because I feel like he's kind of lying here because he's going to talk about something Trump did, but then I watched the clip and I didn't see what he was saying. So I just wanted to bring it to the show to see if, I'm the only one that sees it that way. Kind of like the Jordan Peterson thing.
We should Photoshop a yarmulke on him and make that the thumbnail.
I don't know why. I almost always see a yarmulke.
I almost always see it.
I see it.
It's right there. I thought it was one right there. I feel like he takes it off before he starts the show. He's like, all right, I gotta.
And it goes.
Oh, I forgot to bring the pickles. Fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot to bring the pickles.
Yeah.
Damn it.
All right. Yeah, this is another Trump is kowtowing to Israel, or he's bitching out to Israel kind of comment. I'll just play part of it.
Okay.
Now, like I said before, this was humiliating to watch. This report came out this morning. The Israeli government denied its authenticity. Netanyahu said it's fake news. Trump was asked about the report by a reporter during a press conference today in the White House. They said, did you warn Netanyahu on a phone call against striking Iran? And you could see very quickly Trump got uncomfortable. Trump said, well, I have to tell the truth. Why the preamble there? He said, I have to tell the truth. Yes, it's true. Next question. Really? What's with the preamble? Why would he have to say, I have to tell the truth? He would only say, I have to tell the truth if he was tempted or told to lie. He would only preface a very quick, very staccato confirmation by saying, look, I got to tell the truth. Why raise your eyebrows? Why shrug your shoulders? Why say I have to tell the truth? Why?
Okay, we could come back to Nick, actually, but I just wanted to show the actual clip that he's referencing.
Okay.
And tell me if, I see, well, I'll play it, and then we'll break it down. We'll analyze it.
Okay. And yes, Bryce Marshall, we are qualified to discern whether or not Jordan Peterson lost. What kind of question is that? This is our show.
Tell us how. How about you just tell us how I was wrong?
Yeah, he didn't. No, this guy.
And don't base it on fucking 2 30-second clips like a fucking retard.
This guy didn't watch the video. He just came in hot. It's like, why don't you run it back? We started the show with that.
Okay,
buddy.
okay. Yeah, rewind it. We'll open the phone lines later, and you could yell at us.
Yeah.
All right, here's the clip that he's talking about. So we'll break down the clip itself, and then whether or not Nick and really people who are kind of making the same argument. Like I said, I'm just using Nick as the jump off point. If he was right in his analysis.
I can already tell Nick grasping at straws, bro. Did they say anything when he stopped talking to Netanyahu for that little bit? Did they say anything when he put tariffs on Israel? They didn't say anything. No. All right. All right. But he's a puppet. Fuck out of here.
And then also, even Nick is saying this. His argument is that he's mad that Trump did warn Netanyahu, and he admitted that he did warn him.
Right.
To not move forward on the thing that will cause problems with Iran. So how is that being a bitch, even in its nature? Warning him, like, don't do a thing. And he's still mad, and that's the fucking problem with groypers, is that they're like lefties. They're just gonna be mad no matter what, and it's there's no logical reason to it.
No.
You're just mad. Just explain why you're mad. Other than a bunch of fucking anecdotal horseshit.
Can't do it.
So tell me if I'm wrong.
Back on Iran. Did you warn Prime Minister Netanyahu against taking some sort of actions that could disrupt the talks there in a phone call last week?
Well, I'd like to be honest. Yes, I did. Next question, please.
Mr. President, just the last one on sanctions.
I did, yeah.
If Senate Republicans want to push
It's not a warning. I said I don't think it's appropriate.
What exactly did you tell him? Did you
I just said I don't think it's appropriate. We're having very good discussions with him, and I said I don't think it's appropriate right now. Because if we can settle it with a very strong document, very strong, with inspections and no trust. I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody. So no trust. I want it very strong where we can go in with inspectors. We can take whatever we want. We can blow up whatever we want, but nobody getting killed. We can blow up a lab, but nobody's going to be in the lab, as opposed to everybody being in the lab and blowing it up, right? 2 ways of doing it. Yeah, I told him this would be inappropriate to do right now because we're very close to a solution. Now, that could change at any moment. Could change with a phone call. But right now, I think they want to make a deal, and if we can make a deal, save a lot of lives.
What's the problem? Grasping
Is that like to be mad about something?
Grasping at straws, bro. Again,
That was pretty fair.
he said, "I don't trust anybody."
And I was just about to say that. He's talking about Israel too. He's talking about Netanyahu.
He's talking about everybody. You know what? I think that's important because for him to say that right there, that just puts everybody, not just Israel. It puts Iran, Japan, all. I don't trust none of you niggas. I want it on paper.
I want it in writing, ironclad.
Yes.
I don't want
contracts.
no fuck shit.
Yeah,
as they say in my hood.
We're not fluffing any deals over the phone, in person, and you're gonna sign it. No auto pen.
Yeah, exactly. No handshake deals.
Yeah, this is what a strong leader looks like.
How can you be like mad at that? To be honest. I don't understand. And how do you see that as kowtowing or being a bitch to Israel?
I think because of the nature of the show that he does. And again, I don't think that Israel is above approach for criticism. Everybody can be criticized. But he's trying so hard to he's been bashing Trump for the longest. Even before he won the election, he was saying
he was trying to get people to not vote for Trump.
He was trying to get people to not vote for Trump. How he's going to be a puppet. I'm just saying Nick never points to the unpuppet shit that Trump does. If Trump was a puppet, Netanyahu would be in the White House today.
And I'm going to take it a step further. That's why I didn't want to just go to Nick himself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about all of the Groypers, all of the Goyim. They're calling themselves that. I'm just saying.
Well, they say that's what the Jews call them.
Yeah, they do though.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So whatever.
I don't know. I don't concern myself with that. Yeah, call them Hebes.
Hebes.
What are we gonna get? We're gonna fucking mince words here. Yeah, but all of them. I think they're all full of shit. I think they're all just like you said, grasping at straws, straw man arguments. And nothing like they're banking on the fact that most of their fans aren't actually going like, all right, let me go check out the clip and think for myself. Their fans don't think for themselves either, just like the lefties.
Yep.
They don't encourage their fans to, disagree with them. They do the same thing. They ostracize people that disagree with them.
100%.
I don't see the difference. But let me just go back to Nick because he makes another kind of dumb point. Especially from somebody who I consider to be like a smarter fucking like commentator.
Why would you preface it by saying that unless you got caught red-handed? Unless you have to say something that you really don't want to say or maybe told not to say. Look, I gotta be honest. It's true. Next question. Don't you see how sick this arrangement is? Don't you see how fucked up this is? When it comes to Ukraine, did Trump say, look, I got to tell the truth, I don't like Zelensky? Or did he literally get in Zelensky's face and grab him by the shoulder and say, you don't have the cards, I have the cards. You're disrespectful. How could you say that? We're not signing the deal. Look at how you're dressed.
No, what was wrong with that?
That's such a stupid argument.
That was fucking
bro.
great.
It's different. You don't treat everybody the same.
Exactly.
You have different ways of treating different people. Obviously, Zelensky, the way that he is right now and the way that he showed up, that's the way he was treated.
Obviously, Trump is going to have a little bit more diplomacy with our strongest ally in the fucking world. Yeah, I mean, he's going to maybe be a little more kind of lighter. It's like when you're talking to an actual friend as opposed to just a kind of a business associate.
Right.
You're gonna push a little harder. It's like, are you not living in fucking reality? Are you gonna pretend? Also, again, are you not making a multicultural argument here? A multiculturalist argument that everybody's treated the same, everybody's equal? Everybody gets the same exact treatment, no matter how they act towards us.
That's a good point.
And then also, are you going to pretend that Trump didn't also have Netanyahu in his office and kind of embarrassed him too? Just not on such an abrasive level, but as he did with Ukraine, Zelensky.
Yeah. Again, different person, different situation.
Yeah. And Zelensky was dressed like shit. Let's be honest.
Boy came up. He came through with a tracksuit.
Yeah, exactly. Are we getting did somebody send their trolls to us or something?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe, but who cares?
Says, who are these guys? Why do you care what we think or what you
Why
think?
do we care what you think?
Because you're fucking watching our show, you dumb fuck. Do you watch people that you don't care about what they what you think?
That's the craziest thing.
What are you, retarded?
I'm gonna come on here. I'm gonna listen for a little bit, and then I'm gonna say, you know what? Why do we care? Okay, why didn't you just leave, dude?
Obviously clicked on us for some reason.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's why I think it's somebody's trolling us.
That's fine.
Yeah, because there's 3 in a row.
Well,
These
we are the
two
Misfit Nation.
acting like they actually have a following. No, we'll admit that our following kind of sucks.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we appreciate all of our people.
We everybody who's following us now is just family at this point.
I wouldn't go that far, but
come
nice
on, man.
people.
You got to do the Dominic Toretto, bro. It's family, bro. There's nothing more important.
Nothing more important.
At
than
least the ones
family.
with the wrenches by their names, for sure.
I always think that these kind of trolls are actually like people who are trying to find somewhere to fit in. And you know what? You might fit in here. I'll be honest.
We are the Misfit Nation.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, we'll open the phone lines later if you guys want to get fucking froggy.
Yeah, they're probably gone.
Yeah, faggots.
Yo, but speaking of which, Rumble, because we're
Follow
obviously
us.
follow us on Rumble because we obviously not gonna be on this channel for much longer.
I just have to show them what for. Yeah, I think that might be it for the groypers.
Yo, no, hey, yo, Ram, chill, son. Let him breathe, my nigga. You ain't got to do nothing, bro. It's cool, dog. Don't you worry about it.
He's been itching to do something.
Yeah, yo, take your hand off the piece, dog. You straight, yo, nigga. You see, yo, we got killers in the cut. Stop fucking with us.
Don't shoot up the club, nigga.
Take it easy. You want papers, bro? You want papers?
Oh fuck! He's like Orlando Brown, and he saw Tupac in a fucking BMW. He's like ready to go.
Oh shit! All right, what do we get next?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Let me see.
Well, let's stay on the Trump Elon, because that was next.
Oh wait, real quick before we get to there, because I think the whole thing with these groypers is they're really big into being Palestine dick suckers. They're sandal lickers. They love that Qatari money. That's gonna be my my argument whenever they say that we're getting paid by the Jews. Well, you're getting paid by a bunch of fucking sandal flip-flop wearing dashiki motherfuckers.
Oh shit.
However, the whole argument is that their thing is that there's a genocide going on and that's why we don't support Israel, which is a bunch of horseshit too. I don't believe they give a fuck about Palestinians. However, there's like all these videos coming out now of Palestinians celebrating because they're getting the aid now from Netanyahu and Trump. They're thanking Trump also.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Now I always got a question. Is this stuff AI?
You gotta question everything nowadays.
You do.
That's
Did you see this new VEO thing? The Google thing where it's like fucking legit real life videos now?
I saw that. Did you see the movie with the caveman in the tower?
I don't think so.
Oh my god. They made a full movie with AI, bro. Yo, Hollywood is cooked.
Oh, it's fucked, yeah.
It's so
it
cooked,
really
bro.
is.
Damn.
All right, well, I'm going to play it. Why do niggas got to wild out everywhere they go? Why can't they just go, hey, thank you, appreciate it?
Because you just don't understand, because you ain't filled with black boy joy. It's all
black excellence all over the world.
Man, we spread the joy all wide. It's all smiles, baby.
How'd he get there? He's obviously not there by blood.
He migrated. He was probably born there.
I guess.
Yeah. No,
hey, Palestinians need their tokens too.
Keep a few darkies around.
You got to.
Yeah, keep a few.
Well, I'll tell you, the Moors, when they came over,
the Moors,
they went to Went all over the fucking world.
The real colonizers, huh?
Oh, they were just fucking their way through the world, huh?
Trump, Netanyahu.
Oh my God.
That was a little fruity, didn't it?
Yeah, that was a little much, but I get it. He's overjoyed. He's got aid. I guess they was really struggling without the aid. And look, as much as I don't like their ideology or what they stand for as a people, it's really on the terrorists that are using them for pawns in this war, right? So the people that are getting caught in the crossfires, they're getting aid. Then I'm glad they're getting aid. You know what I mean? Because fuck it.
I mean, well, there's also I haven't been reading up on it or anything like that. I honestly don't know what's going on with the news right now, but there's like some kind of rebellion going on against Hamas, I guess, where that's how they're getting the aid. They're finally just like running into the warehouses and just taking it from Hamas.
And they're just taking it.
Yeah. So this is them actually in the warehouse where Hamas was hoarding all of the aid.
Hey, they just got to the point where, look, they can't kill all of us.
Yeah. Which, again, how many of these fucking fake narratives are just getting destroyed one by one? It just took some time.
Just some time.
Just takes time. Time heals all wounds.
Yep, absolutely.
But 1, they were getting aid. 2, Hamas was hoarding it. 3, this might be one that that we have to take back, is that maybe there are some people over in Gaza that are like fucking like, yeah, fuck Hamas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know if they would kill all the Jews and take over the world too.
See, that's the thing. How do you differentiate between the differences?
Well, there's a lot of people in those countries that are forced to be Muslims. You can't force somebody to believe in a God. So
yeah,
that's why Christianity sometimes spreads pretty quick through those countries once they're allowed to do it. That's why they don't allow it.
Yeah.
Because people just look at it and go, that's like, that makes so much more sense.
So much better just for equality of
so
life.
much more moral. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And then they don't really make too big of an argument against polygamy, so I could have my 7 wives and still be a Christian.
Yeah, it's Old Testament.
There's no real strict prohibition.
Yeah. For me.
جوج يا جوج ما جوج ماتوا من الجوع حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل يا جوج ما جوج.
Stone Cold gets that pop every time, by the way.
Just for walking in a room.
Just for walking in a room. Every time. All right, go ahead.
He gets I haven't eaten in 8 months pop.
حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل على اللي كان السبب حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل ازدحام للبراكس فضوا كل مدارس.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what we're watching. I'm just saying that's what this is being.
That's what it's being told.
Pushed as.
That's what that is. Okay.
Yeah, so I tend to believe it just because, like, I do believe the thing that they were sending in aid and it was just all getting fucking taken by Hamas. I believe the thing that Hamas uses them as human shields, willingly and unwillingly, people.
Absolutely. It's a playbook, man.
Yeah.
That's how they run their playbook. And that's not just Hamas. That's generally how any terrorist organization runs their playbook. They have to use people as shields because most people aren't going to join their cause. So if you're not going to join us, then we'll just use you how we see fit.
And then we'll cut your arms off, literally, and then say that we're the victim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. Yeah, so I don't know. Again, the Groypers, the fucking, even the lefties that are pro-Palestine, I just don't see it. You're just not making your argument well, and you're getting mad at people for not agreeing with you.
It's one of those things where I think this is a principality that we're seeing in action
It's principality.
Yeah, in terms of the spirit of anger that's just towards the Jews, because I growing up, we know the stories from World War. I remember history class was one of my favorite classes. I remember the stories we watched in the list, like whatever. It could be propaganda. I don't know, but you can't deny that within the last maybe like 4 years, there's been a rise in people that don't like Jewish people, and they're more comfortable saying it. It's just kind of weird. It's like I look at them the same way as people that say they don't like black people for whatever, just because of their skin color.
Even though I understand that one a little. Okay, you may add the caveat.
Yes, I added a caveat.
Good.
I had to.
You knew who you were in the room with.
Yes, no, because I feel the same way, but it's not because of their skin color.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Right. So,
well, it's also. Oh, sorry. Finish your thought.
No. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say it's also crazy to me, right? And this is why I say sometimes I follow God even though I don't understand. You know what I mean? It's amazing to me that with this conversation that's going on today, if you read your Bible and what it says Christians should do when it comes to the choice of supporting Israel, more or less, and that doesn't mean supporting Netanyahu and his political views and or anybody there's political views.
That's important.
We're talking about the land, biblically, the land that was promised to Abraham, and the fact is that Christians are supposed to defend that land. Like it says in our Bible, people who do not bless Israel will be cursed, and people who bless Israel will be blessed.
Will be blessed, yes.
It's written there for us. It gives us the answer. So I'm just saying I don't understand fully all of it. So a lot of it I do get led by what's in my religious text. However, when I look at the logic behind it too, and I see what's actually going on and what their enemy is doing, it's like, wait, yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah.
This is the right choice. You know what I mean?
You got to lean on your faith.
Yeah.
Especially, with I hate to be this doom gloom guy, but it's end time shit, man. It's rumors of war, attacks on Israel from every front. Every front.
Well, my point is this too, right? Is that when you're looking at it from a biblical standpoint and you're looking at it like, you almost have to separate the America first thing, right? Because yes, I'm America first, but if the Bible's telling us that we have to defend Israel at some point, we have to make that choice. It's there for us. I'm not saying that I'm going to go and do it, but hey, if I do get called from God to do it and I really do feel strong about that, who knows, right? Mm-hmm. Who am I to deny that? My point being is that if it's there, I think this whole thing is eventually going to lead. The reason why I'm bringing it up and why I think it's important biblically is that when you throw Christianity and the Bible at people who are claiming to be Christians, but they hate Jews and they hate Israel, eventually they're going to go, you know what, fuck Christianity. It doesn't actually line up with my value. They're going to choose that over Christianity because they're already choosing their whiteness over Christianity.
100%.
They're worshiping a false idol. You get what I mean? And again, black people did the same thing. Look where that led them. Leads you down a bad fucking path.
Yeah.
Is all I'm saying. And it's not Christian as much as you want to pretend it is. It's just not.
Hey, Birdman, lighting you up. Birdman said, going to fight and die for Israel? Cringe.
I didn't say that necessarily.
I don't think that's what he was saying. I think he was saying he was called to do something specifically to help Israel or Jewish people, he would do it.
I'm saying this too. If something happened where it's like it's proven to me this is about God, you know what I mean? And I'm saying that could be my own individual thing. It could be the fucking rapture for all I know. And we all have to go to Israel. This sounds crazy, but it's biblical.
It's biblical.
If you're gonna sit here and you're claiming to be a Christian. I don't know if Birdman does, but you're claiming to be a Christian, but you want me to make a secular argument to you? That's fucking retarded. We're both me and Skrill are Christian men, so I think it's stupid for us to like always go to secularism because we're not Like, we do that just to kind of reach that side. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah, but between us, what I'm saying is that if there's some kind of thing, it could be the rapture, it could be a fucking sign, for a legit sign from God telling us the end times are here. You have to either go fight for Israel, which is the Holy Land, or you're not part of it. You're going to go to hell, or you're going to be damned, or whatever it is. I don't know how they put it.
I'm going
to fight.
Yeah.
Because it's about Christianity. It's not even about nationalism at that point.
It's about what my Lord and Savior called me to do.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Again, don't get mad at me. Be mad at the Bible if that's your problem. I didn't write the shit. I just follow it.
To the best of our capabilities. We all fall short of the glory. You know?
I just think it's interesting that that's so... I'm sorry to cut you off again, but it's so spelled out for us, and then you look at what's going on now, and it's like that choice is there. The choice isn't necessarily I'm gonna go and fight for the fucking IDF.
Right.
It's just
I'm
gonna defend.
But I'm gonna call out the bullshit when I see it, and I'm not gonna say that Israel deserved to have their people slaughtered on a random Saturday.
Yeah, and it's truly not that hard. When you look at what they're fighting against, they're fighting against fucking savage terrorists.
Pure evil.
That want to destroy not only them, but Christians as well.
And the West, specifically.
And the West.
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
So if you want to be that, like, that, like, secular about it, then yeah, maybe what I'm saying sounds cringe to you, sure. But again, you're not a Christian. You're not included in this conversation unless you want to be.
Unless you want to be. Yeah.
You're totally welcome. Yeah, but that's where you get those secular arguments. Oh, it's cringe. Well, tell me why it's cringe. Tell me why it's weird. Tell me why, yeah. It's just there's nothing to it. And I guarantee you most people or not most people, but a lot of people agree with me. They just won't say it because they're afraid of getting that same kind of backlash. Oh, it's cringe. Oh, you want me to go die for Israel? No, you're just fucking... The conversation's over your head, obviously. Maybe I'm a fucking genius. Which I don't believe. I'm a goddamn idiot, but that's how I know it's not going over your head. You're just too emotional. All right, you wanted to bring up Elon.
Well, yeah, more so I wanted to take the conversation back to Trump, and we'll get into Elon and Trump in a second. But I just wanted to talk about how, we, and when I say we, I'm talking about all of the Trumpers and people who voted for Trump. We went out there and we did what we were supposed to do in droves. And we got this man in office, and he got Elon, and they clearly lined out what was supposed to be cut in terms of like spending. And Congress still didn't pass the shit. We did all of that shit. Congress didn't pass it. Now, I think they're still fighting for it, right? But Congress didn't pass it the first time. And we're talking about if all the Republicans would have just voted for it, then we would have had it. But we have snakes in the fucking garden. They didn't vote for it. So I just want to say before we get into more meat of this, and come midterms, we got to pay attention to who the fuck didn't vote. Because we got to get them out. Because we didn't vote for 4 years of stalling. These judges are stalling. They're just trying to stall.
Well, that's a big thing that's going on right now is that they're trying to make it seem like, and there's a possibility that there is sort of a wedge between Trump and Elon's relationship.
You think there's a wedge? I don't think there's a wedge.
I don't think there is. I'm just saying there's a possibility that there is,
I think,
but I don't believe it.
I think his business took a hit. And even though he's still massively successful, nobody wants to take a hit on their business.
Well, everybody's trying to, and I have the statement here because this is the one that they reference when they're talking about it. That Elon is like railing against Trump now, and I'm not seeing that, to be honest, because from what I'm hearing, Elon's problem is that we found the wasteful spending. His goal was to find at least $2 trillion. So far, they've been only able, or because of the stalling and all the stuff, they've only been able to get, I think, like $200 billion or something, or $100 something billion. So that's a lot to us, but to Elon, he's like, no, there's at least $2 trillion
There's so much more.
that I think I can find. You know what I mean? He's thinking above that. So his problem though is that he's getting stopped by Congress, and that he's starting to feel like a little discouraged that Congress is never going to pass this cutting of all this spending.
Yes.
Which is kind of looking to be true, because I'm seeing there's people that even on our side that are voting against the cutting.
That's what I was speaking to.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just gonna play the clip though and tell me if I'm wrong again.
But before you do, I just want to answer Rami. Yes, that did pass. No tax on overtime. And no tax on tips.
Yes. Well
Huge.
done. Beautiful. So let me just play this clip here.
The total amount that you're planning to save through Doge's work. Before the election, you said it was going to be at least $2 trillion. The number currently on Doge.gov is $170 billion. That's a big change. What happened to the $2 trillion?
Well, do you expect it to happen immediately?
Well, is it going to happen? Because Doge is supposed to run till next July.
He always has an air of cunt in his fucking demeanor. I love it. He's like, shut the fuck up before I get you pregnant, bitch.
I will too.
I'll send you a jet right now.
And you'll love it.
Your question is absurd in its fundamental premise. Are you assuming that on day, within a few months, there's an instant $2 trillion saved?
No, I'm not at all. I'm just asking, is that still your aim?
By the way, sorry to cut it off again, but remember, that was when the whole panicking thing was going on. Remember that's what we were saying the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Was like, even now they're still going, where's the money that's getting cut? It's like, do you think it's gonna happen in fucking one day?
Yeah,
you goddamn idiot.
Talk to me 2.5 years. Let's see where we're at.
Yeah. But then he's gonna go on to explain a little bit more into this.
Is it still your aim to get to $2 trillion?
Have we not made good progress given the amount of time?
That's exactly what I'm asking. So is it still your aim to go from 170 billion to 2 trillion?
The ability of Doge to operate is a function of whether the government, and this includes the Congress, is willing to take our advice. We're not the dictators of the government, we are the advisors. And so we can advise, and the progress we've made thus far, I think, is incredible. The Doge team has done incredible work. But the magnitude of the savings is proportionate to the support we get from Congress and from the executive branch of the government.
No, I don't know, because I was watching The View the other day, and they said that Elon Musk is actually running the country, and that he calls all the shots.
Yeah.
Now he's telling us lies right now, because he's saying that it's not. He's just advising. I was told he was running an oligarch.
Hey, that's too much truth. Too much truth.
The View wouldn't lie to me.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, Whoopi's my girl.
They're all trust-worthy ladies.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Lisa Marie. She said it passed in the House, so it still has to pass the Senate. Which
the OT thing or the? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Damn it. Well, the Senate better not fuck this up.
Well, that's where I think like we're starting to realize too, like we have to, and I'm speaking for myself here too, because there's even people in the chat. Even you're probably a little bit smarter than me when it comes to like Senate members and all that shit. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong.
I mean, I would probably have the same amount that you do.
Okay, maybe then. Yeah, it's like maybe we need to get like that too, though, where it's like how we know fucking, the president and we know the secretary, all that type of shit. Like,
well, I've been trying. There's like Debbie Wasserman Schultz. I've been trying to vote her out since I've been started voting, and everybody keeps voting for her. It's goddamn Democrats.
It's almost like that's where it's really rooting back to what people have been saying for a long time. You got to get back into your local politics.
Yeah, you got to.
Because then look what's happening now is we have senators and congressmen and shit that are voting against our interests, and they're stopping somebody who we voted to go for our interests, and he actually is.
Yeah.
But now he's being stopped by other people that we voted in.
He's being protested against by fucking the Soros team. It's crazy.
It's the checks and balances. Of course, there's some things that are like you just brought up the Soros team. That's not part of the checks and balances. But yeah, that's like kind of part of the game. We just have to get into that. Sorry, I know it's like fucking milk toast. A milk toast take.
Milk toast.
Get into your local politics, guys.
No, but I mean, it's true. It's true. You have to. Because although elections are important.
Look.
Local elections are just as important.
Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. He could probably have an oligarch if he wanted. And he's going like, I can't do it. Congress. Like local fucking dickheads are stopping me
from doing really good work for the people.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
If you guys don't take anything away, just take a look at who the Democrats are fighting for. They're not fighting for the American people. They're fighting for illegals. They're fighting for criminals. And it's terrible.
I have a theory. I think, and I don't know if anybody said this before. I think fucking MAGA is dead. I think it's over.
You think it's over?
I think.
What do you mean by that? Elaborate.
I think it's already dead.
Okay.
In that, like, and I'll put it this way: 4, 5. I'm trying to think of a good timeline. Let's say when Trump was the president, before COVID, right before COVID.
Okay.
You can go, oh, you're a MAGA guy? I know exactly what you believe. Not everything, but I know exactly where you're at.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now, can you say the same thing?
No.
Can you even say like where you can go like, oh, I know that guy's a MAGA guy? You can't really do that anymore. Like there's no real like exact.
You're saying that we lost our identity?
We don't have a fundamental thing.
I don't know if that's fair. I think they do.
I don't know.
I think they're so fundamentalist that they can't, like, let's take, and I want to talk about this later, but the Bongino, people are still upset at Cash and Bongino for some of the things that they said, but
for the Jeffrey Epstein thing,
but I mean, within reason, you have to give these things time. And like I said, Bongino has built enough cash with us where I think we should allow him some time to disseminate some information.
Well, he's saying that he's going to actually release a video.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
That it doesn't necessarily prove it, but it should give us a little more levity on the fucking thing. But I don't know what the video would be other than you seeing him tie the goddamn bed sheet, and you know what I mean?
I mean, that's the only thing that it would have to be.
You have to see something. And a shadow. I want to see some legs.
I think his whole thing was he watched it and he said that there was only one camera in there and nobody went in or out.
So, I mean, is he going to release a fucking 12-hour video though of like,
who knows?
I mean, that might be what he has to do.
Do it.
Time lapse it.
He did say he was going to unedit it, or not edit it.
They're going to AI enhance one of them just to digitally enhance it. I don't know if it's AI, but
could be.
It could be. That's also another thing. They're saying there's a theory that they're just going to release an AI video. They're going to use that as the first test for us.
That's the thing. We can't even discount that argument.
I'm not against it.
That's how bad. That's how bad AI is at this point. We can't even be like, man, that's some bullshit. They could do it.
I'll give it that. Dan Bongino's credibility with me will rest on that video.
Okay.
If it's something that I at least go, okay, it doesn't give me any answers, but I believe it's a real video, I'll go, okay, I believe he's trying to be transparent. There's just a reason there's not that's not there. The evidence isn't there or whatever. That he can honestly come out and just say, like, yes, he did get killed. That makes sense?
That does make sense.
Okay. Well, my other argument, too, for why I think MAGA is dead is, and I said this before, I said this before Trump even became president the second time. What happens after Trump? And that question now is totally different than it was when I asked it like a year ago.
It is.
You get what I mean?
Yes.
Because back then we were going, DeSantis, good pick. Good pick. He could, hey, Vivek, he could be. Nope. Neither of them.
How wrong I was about Vivek. It's still Now, I still like the guy, but I don't think he's presidential.
I like DeSantis.
I don't think he's presidential.
It's not even that I don't think he's presidential. I don't think he's going to be able to capture the same audience that Trump did. And people, keep thinking that there's still this thing or whatever. And I don't think it's the MAGA is not a thing anymore. And I don't mean that from a place of I'm glad it's dead.
Right.
I'm still wearing a goddamn MAGA hat. Like I still believe in making America great again. You know what I mean? So
I don't know if I would go as far as to say it's dead. I do see what you mean in terms of like who's going to be carrying the mantle, but I think the spirit of wanting America to do to be great again is still there. Like the people still have the spirit is what I'm trying to say. I don't think maybe in more so in government now that Trump is in office, we're starting to see the people who aren't really with him. And I'm talking about everybody from the media who now are like in between praising him and not praising him. You know, they have to tiptoe around his successes. But it's just it's weird. I think everybody's in a weird space right now. But I don't think MAGA in particular is dead. I still think that a lot of people still have pride in MAGA and the president and the things that he's trying to do. Now, where your question comes into play is after Trump leaves, what are we going to do next? I think that we stay the course. JD Vance is a good pick for the next person. I mean, I'm not mad.
I'd rather DeSantis, to be honest.
Than Vance?
I would vote DeSantis over JD easily.
Okay.
That wouldn't even honestly. That wouldn't. I would if
is it the experience or is it the
only thing that would make it not easy is if they had a debate and JD showed up. You know what I mean? Because I think he could. I think that would be actually a really good debate. Seeing those two kind of go back and forth. I think I'll tell you something. The debates in the midterms and even the presidential in a few years, those are going to be very interesting.
They are.
Because I'm really interested to see who actually gains steam from the MAGA base, which again, I don't even know what that is. I don't want to be biased because I'm like, and sorry, I'm not trying to like sound like I'm being arrogant or anything, but I've been consistent like with my views on America and even racism and all that shit and what I think Trump is going to do. A lot of people, like we saw Nick Fuentes, he lost sort of the plot. Now he's to the point where he's literally lying to people about what Trump is doing.
Right.
So it's like, I'm just saying, I don't see where the consistency in the MAGA base is. I don't see who it is. Is it the Nick Fuentes? Is it the Charlie Kirks? Is it the Ben Shapiro, Daily Wire? Like, who's the... I'm just saying, you get what I mean? Like, who's the guy that's like that would represent in the media the best?
I think that would be Kirk.
Think so?
Oh yeah, 100%. I don't want to discount people like Tatum.
He's a dummy.
What's your beef? What's your beef with Officer Tatum, bro? What take did he say that you ain't like?
First off, he's black.
Okay.
Second off,
you had me at Negro. Like, what the fuck?
It's just people like once people prove to me that they don't think for themselves, that's when I go like, all right, you as a commentator lose credibility with me. So during the election, he was one of those guys that jumped on the I'm all for Candy. I'm all for Candace Owens.
Oh,
bandwagon.
You mean when Candace was like, Trump didn't like me?
Yeah, and he was trying to like turn his fan base against Trump, and then when he saw Trump or DeSantis was fucking losing, he automatically became another Trump support. And then it's like, bro, your entire like all of your fucking like merch is Trump based. You know what I mean? So it's just that type of shit. Just really like,
okay, that's a fair point.
Yeah,
I didn't look at it like that.
They all were doing that. I don't know. It just annoys me.
Misfit Ramdell said, "Whatever happened to Andrew Tate? Nothing. He's still here. I just think that I think he's still popular amongst people, his fans, but people know who he is. I mean, it's just Andrew Tate is billionaire playboy. Say what he wants.
I think honestly, he got kind of exposed.
What was the exposure?
Because he was trying to pretend that he was like all about male empowerment, and then it got exposed that he was actually fucking taking advantage of weak men and
any dude that'll look you in the eye and be like, you need to have sex with 100 women is not looking out for you, bro.
Well, then also there's another thing like that.
That goes for Myron too, and I fuck with Myron, but that goes for him too.
There's a thing that annoys me too, and I think I got this because of my years in hip hop. Was like dudes who are super materialistic. That like gives me a weird like, I don't want to be associated with this guy.
Yeah, because
it's untrustworthy.
Materialism it breeds envy, and envy breeds greed.
Yeah. And then it's like, that's okay. Now I get why you were willing to fuck over people to become rich.
I got you.
I've never met a materialistic person that got their money by like, you know, fucking legit means.
Legit means. They're always doing something.
Yeah.
Nefarious.
Yeah. So that's the promoting materialism is like fucking odd to me. Not odd, it's just annoying, and it's like counter Christian.
It's counter, yeah, and it's also counter what men should be doing. You know,
counter my morals. I'll put it that way.
Come on, man said, what do you guys think about Carmelo's charge? I think it's appropriate.
What was his charge? I didn't see it.
It was it first degree? I think it was first degree murder. Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Now because when we were talking about it, we were in between second or manslaughter. We weren't really sure how they were going to come.
Well,
out.
with the information we had originally when we first covered it, I was looking at it as more of a second degree heat of the moment kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then when the information came out that in the confrontation, Carmelo reached into his bag and said, "If you touch me again, you'll see what happens." That shows right there. That's premeditated.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely. And then
I think he's guilty of first degree murder just based on the evidence we see.
This kid really fucked himself though, because on the police body camera, we'll see it eventually after the case. The police body cam, he is saying, "Yeah, I did it." Like he admitted to the police officers that he did it, and then he tried to be like, "Oh well, I think it was self-defense. Like, can I claim self-defense? Can I do?" He was like asking,
yeah.
Like, you think, hey, you know, I know I stabbed him and all, but can I say?
You've seen a lot of niggas get killed, right? What you think?
What do you think?
What are my odds here?
Do I roll the dice?
What's the over/under? My life is over.
I need a parlay on my shit. The fuck?
Can we split bets here?
Yeah, and yes, first degree as an adult. He's an adult. All of this fucking 17. No, you're an adult.
I think he's close enough, but
Close enough. Yep.
Yeah. If he was like way younger, I would probably say that's a little.
How young is too young to be considered an adult as a man?
To charge a minor with like as an adult, I feel like you're looking for something that's like heinous. You know what I mean?
Okay. So more depraved than what he did.
Yeah, it'd be like
some would consider that pretty depraved.
Let's say he stabbed him and then he stands over him and he
keeps going.
Yeah, he keeps juking him. That's where I'll be like, okay.
As a 14-year-old, yes. Like we had a case down here that was similar to that. So this 14-year-old killed his friend in the bathroom stall and stabbed him like 20 times.
Yeah.
They charged him as an adult.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, remove all of your fucking emotion and just look at the crime itself. Was it heinous? I don't know. Tell me. One stab to the chest, boom, it's over.
I mean, we would have to.
You could accidentally stab somebody in the heart. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he did. I think he purposely did it. I'm just saying that's how like how it could just like it's not heinous. It's not like
yes, I meant to stab him, but I didn't mean to stab him there.
And then he like imagine. All right, he stabs him in the heart. And then he picks him up by the hair and then fucking slices his throat. Boom. Yes.
Yeah. I got you. I see what you mean.
That it almost gets into the argument about like death penalty
levels.
It's levels to it. Yeah. So I don't know. I'd ask you guys that question. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good. What do you think, chat? Rika Riaches, what's up, my boy? How you doing?
Hey. Welcome back.
Atheist Gamer said, should 20 Christians debate JBP? What's the JBP?
JBP, Jesse.
I thought it was Jesse Lee, but it would have been JLP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse Peterson.
The only JBP I can think about is a Joe Budden podcast. I don't know why that would work. So you got to let us know what that was.
Who's JBP?
I don't know.
Maybe we just don't know him.
I don't know who he's talking about. Yeah.
Clear up your comment, you godless fuck. That's how we bring him over.
Yeah, that's how you ingratiate, Chris. That's how you ingratiate. What the fuck?
Yeah, but what, like, that's kind of the argument, because atheists will get offended by that, but it's like, what's your...
Oh, he's talking about Jordan B. Peterson.
Oh, his name is B. Yeah. Yeah, but what would an atheist argument be against me calling him a godless fuck?
I mean, it wouldn't be. I think he would actually prefer that. You're actually giving him respect for who he is.
The old atheist would have been like, yeah, of course. They used to have balls.
No, I think that, you know, I think it actually takes more faith to believe in nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to believe that there's nothing, that we just came from nothing. Yeah. You have to have more faith.
Who are you to tell me what to believe? Define belief. That's another thing that I think he was catching too much flack for, was the define thing. Because I think that's fair.
Define what you mean.
Define the words that we're using in this debate so I know we're arguing about the same thing. Leftists have redefined pretty much every fucking important word in the English language, so that's why we have to do that. I got a Michelle Obama clip. Big Mama Obama.
Oh, man.
Big Mike.
I saw this phone floating around. I was like, yep, we're going to have to talk about this chick.
Just play it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is from Michelle Obama's podcast. It's still going.
No lube.
That's the name of the podcast?
No.
Oh, that would have been perfect. Michelle Obama, No Lube, featuring her brother.
Oh, that would have been a hit. They missed out. Fuck.
All right, let's play it.
Because so many men have no idea about what women go through, right? We haven't been researched, we haven't been considered, and it affects the way a lot of male lawmakers, a lot of male politicians, a lot of male religious leaders think about the issue of choice as if it's just about the fetus, the baby, but women's reproductive health is about our life. It's about this whole complicated reproductive system that does the least of what it does is produce life. It's a very important thing that it does, but you only produce life if the machine that's producing it, if you want to, whittle us down to a machine, if the machine is functioning in a healthy, streamlined kind of way. But there is no discussion or apparent connection between the two.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
I wonder what her daughters think about her mom, about their mom saying, it's whatever with you motherfuckers. You better be happy you're here, because my machinery worked. My machinery worked.
I could have let you niggas go. Little nigglets go.
Because it's not the most important thing that a woman is on here on earth is to, they got to be business minded. They got to reach for the stars.
Career first.
Career first.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not bringing life into the world and continuing the species.
Why would you have the most important job on the planet and go, no, I want to do what you do? I want to die in a fucking coal mine.
That's so crazy.
Bro. Why? What's wrong with you?
They haven't, and then the nerve of her to say that lawmakers haven't had women in mind. Are women up for conscription?
Here's another thing. She goes,
what?
She goes, women's health. We haven't been researched. Like, isn't that one of the things that, like, childbirth? Isn't that one of the most well-researched things on the planet?
Yeah,
like, we need to...
Based off the mortality rate that it used to be, yes, absolutely.
Yes. I don't understand what she's saying here.
I don't know. It's just
There's only one way to fucking kill a baby in the womb, right? There's only like a couple ways you can do that. Like, so if that's what she means,
I just don't like that she's, you know, and I'm gonna take it there as a black woman.
Oh,
I don't like that she's just
black woman
bringing life into the world as just, you know, this thing that's not necessary.
It's just a machine.
It's just it's just, you know, if this machine isn't like, what are you talking about, lady?
So why did she have kids then?
Exactly. Why did you have kids? That's a great question.
I would love to ask her that. What's the fulfillment you've gotten from like having kids?
She probably hit you with some bullshit like, well, you know, that was good for me, but you know, for other women, that'll get in the way of what they want to do.
But isn't the part of like, isn't there a natural like sort of instinct to want to procreate? That's how we keep our species going. That's why we get fucking horny.
Yeah.
It's not just to have pleasure.
Yeah, it's not. It's to
Actually, the
procreate.
reason why we have pleasure from it is so that we're incentivized to procreate.
To procreate, yeah.
Yeah. The pullout game is sort of our like loophole. We found a way around it because we're fucking evil humans. We're pieces of shit. Really,
yeah, absolutely. Scum of the earth. Every last one of us.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get how she's brushing that off.
Yeah,
that is your purpose in life as a woman, is to fucking have kids.
Yeah, it's the most important thing that you can do. And if it's something that, because there's lots of women that will hear that and it's like they wanted to have kids and they couldn't. Could you imagine? It's like they have to sit here and look at people having 10 abortions, 15 abortions, and they can't have any kids. Well, imagine how that must feel.
How do you even like, for instance, women will like have, some women will be, they're all sort of insecure about their body. But some women are kind of like, you know, they know what they got, right? It's like, do you not understand though? All of that is based on your reproductive fucking. I don't want to call it. I guess it is an obligation, but the fact that men, you're showing off your tits, cleavage, that's to attract men, but it's because like you have the cleavage and you have the tits for your reproductive fucking system. Like that's the point of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The fact that we find it attractive is because we look at that and go, she'd be a great mother. That's why whether we know that or not. Instinctively, that's the thing we're attracted to. Like that's the reason for the attraction.
If you're a boob guy, not if you're an ass guy.
I like tits.
Yeah.
I like ass too, but you know, who doesn't like a pair of tits in your face? Even babies love it.
Even babies love it. That's hilarious. Oh shit.
They hate everything.
Yeah, I mean it's just you know, it's just alarming. Here's somebody who women champion and herald as one of their heroes, but yet she discounts one of the only reasons you people exist as a species.
Exactly.
Like, come on, man. It's just too much.
Or she discounts the the obligation, even the moral kind of obligation of it to, and it's actually not, and the word obligation has a negative connotation to it. That's actually a beautiful thing. You're a pivotal part at keeping the species alive.
They're important. They're
passing on genetics.
They're so important. Yeah, if every one of them disappeared today, we would disappear as a species.
Yeah.
But if there was at least just one guy, then we would survive.
Right. But that's exactly. You're right. There was something else I was gonna say, but I forgot it.
It's all good.
Oh, you know what it was? Bitches say the dumbest things.
Ooh. Very nice. Very nice. All right.
Yeah, it's stupid. Well, that's why I was saying it's like women are like fucking. They're like they're almost mythological.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. Don't try to.
I'm a stuttering, mumbling prick. I know it.
You know you're a fucking mumbling, stuttering little fuck. You know that?
That was rough.
Oh,
All right. I'm embarrassed enough.
You're not letting it.
Mike fucking lecturing me.
You're not letting it simmer. Haven't heard that
Not
one.
Red
Rat.
Yeah, they're mythological.
Yeah.
In the sense that they create, well, they don't create life. They make life and they bring forth life.
Well, science can do
It's
a lot
like-
of things, but that is one thing that science can and probably never will be able to replicate.
Probably not. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why you discount yourself like that. All right. What do we have?
Let's take a look at the listy list. There's some hijinks that happened.
There was
a little bit of hijinks.
Okay, we have Macron. Did you see Macron?
I did see Macron.
Okay,
that was part of my
that.
reels, but we could do it.
You want to get into that since we're talking about the broads?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's talk about Macron getting bitch slapped by his husband.
Now Macron, what's his name? Emmanuel. Macron, president of France.
Yes, supreme leader of France.
Supreme leader. Supreme leader of France, but not the king of his castle, huh?
Yo, the funniest part about that clip is the stun looked at the camera like, oh shit, they're right there.
It's not only that, it's the stun look like, oh shit, the camera's there, and then he goes. Oh.
Bro.
That was some genius politicking, though. You got to give it to him.
Oh, hey, guys.
And then now after, this is, I think, later. Oh, no, that's it now.
Hey, what's up,
Hey.
guys? Women, huh?
That's like, the Kevin Hart bit where he goes, he got, like, pushed into a conversation where his two friends were fighting.
Yeah.
And then he tried to break it up, and then he got, like, slapped.
He got slapped, yeah.
He goes, they always do this all the time.
Damn, bro. What do you think?
He did it like he got. It wasn't even a slap either. It was a mush, which is even more disrespectful.
What do you think he did?
Honestly, nothing. I'll tell you why. Because watch when they come out of the plane. She still has entitlement. You could tell she wasn't just yelled at. Watch. Had she been yelled at properly, she would have been out there with her arm around him. Because he would have been like, bitch, what are you doing? What the fuck? We're in public. She still has her.
Look, he put his arm like, oh, you're not gonna.
Yeah, she still has her own independence right now.
Yeah,
she wasn't put in her place.
She's an independent lady. Oof.
Fuck that broad. She's gonna. That's the perfect shot, isn't it?
Oh hey. Didn't see you there.
It's even more perfect with the sun, like the headline. Hey there.
Told you guys not to open the door yet.
That's a new rule. Never open the door when she's fucking on her period. You wait for my okay.
Yo, when she's tripping again and off that powder, don't open the door. Come on, man. She's a man, baby.
When she's on that when she's on that powder, you treat her like Tony Montana's sister. She doesn't go out in public. All right.
Nobody ever talks about the sick fantasy that Tony has about his sister. I truly believe he wanted to fuck her.
Nah. Because even when she came at the end, she came into the room. She's like, "You want to fuck me, Tony?" He was like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't. Are you fucking crazy?
You want to fuck me?" She was hot.
It was a pretty hot scene, I'll be honest. It's that Cuban passion, baby.
Why'd you do the maracas?
Little Eddie Guerrero. He's Mexican though.
Yeah.
Here's Macron after the incident, and I feel like there's a little overcompensation going on here because he's looking like Almost like anybody got something to say about my wife and what she did to me.
Yeah, that's the supreme leader. That's the walk.
That's how they walk over there.
Gaze upon my outfit. This is the latest Gucci. You peasants could never.
He kind of looks like Hans from Inglourious Bastards, doesn't he?
Hans.
They call me the Jew hunter.
Look at my hair. It's perfect. I spent hours getting it right. Do you like it? Tell me you like it. This, you see this ascot? It's black. You could never get the black ascot.
Anybody have something to say about my Marie? Mahui?
Mahui?
My Mahui?
Oh, you saw the slap? I saw your tweets.
It is the passion I love.
She just needed a good fucking.
That's what happened. Yeah, so he got cucked out in front of the world, pretty much. Yeah. That's why you got to pick the right one, right?
It's one of the most important decisions you can make as a man, for sure.
Is he a lefty? Does he have the liberal?
Come on, man.
I don't know much about him.
You know the state of France right now. He's for open borders.
That's why France is basically falling apart. It's basically Seattle.
And shout out to Seattle, actually. They, a lot of Christians were over there celebrating, and Antifa tried to get in the way. I mean, they still push through.
Oh, okay.
So, there's definitely a shift. And that's why when you were like, is MAGA dead? I don't really know, because I'm seeing certain shifts in certain places where you typically wouldn't see it. You wouldn't see that in Seattle 4 years ago, 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm also seeing, you're right, because actually this goes into our liberal city hijinks. I'm going to play it now. Yeah, so you're seeing in liberal cities now, they're actually, and it's even like, I guess, more like companies, corporations, they're starting to implement things to kind of like battle the criminality and the homelessness that they have to deal with, in front of their stores and shit.
Yep.
So I'm just going to play this. It's not really anything like super crazy, but
it is hijinks.
It's just kind of a funny, because they were having a problem at Walgreens in Chicago's, right? In Chicago, where they were having like homeless loiter in front of their stores, and I guess they did some kind of study where they realized the more people kind of loitering outside of your store kind of drives more theft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's
more opportunity.
Yeah. So they thought, okay, if we drive away the loitering, we're going to drive away the theft, or like the opportunity or the feeling that it's okay to do that here. So they started implementing something to kind of fuck with the homeless.
Short playlist, which includes some Bach and Rossini's William Tell Overture, is played over and over to deter loitering.
I don't know how that does that. I mean, I think it's an interesting idea. I'd like to understand what the science is behind it. If somebody's figured this out.
According to Deerfield-based...
Well, the science is that niggas don't like classical music. I'm kidding. The science obviously is that noise.
It's noise pollution.
Noise pollution. It's dry.
100%.
You don't want to chill there because it's, unless you're really into classical music.
And you don't care.
Yeah.
Or if you have headphones, but what homeless person has a phone that they could just charge and listen to music all day? I'm sure there's a few, but eventually that's going to get too much for you.
It's not even just noise pollution. It's more like, what's the torture that they do where they'll replay a Britney Spears song over and over to break you?
I don't know what it's called, but I'm familiar.
It's kind of like that. It's just a very light version of that. It's like, because you have the choice to get up and move.
Yeah.
So it's not torture.
Yeah, you can just leave.
But it's the same mentality. We're going to annoy you enough to where you, like,
I think it's
you
brilliant,
have to go.
actually. I think it's great. Is it working? That's the question.
Yeah, they're saying that it does.
They're saying it's working.
Well,
Okay.
I'll play the rest, but I think it's great because it's not really harming anybody.
No.
No problem with it. It's not
just loud music.
Yeah, it's just annoying.
Walgreens, there is no hard data behind it, but it may be working. During midday, 2 locations with the music did not have anyone loitering, while another Walgreens without the music had people hanging out. In a written statement, the corporation...
By the way, hanging out, that's
No, that guy's not hanging out.
that's
there.
almost dying from a drug overdose. That's
Yeah.
not hanging out.
He's gonna be there all day till if he survives, he'll still be there
The employees are probably going to have to call the paramedics
at some point.
at some point.
Well, maybe they don't. They probably have Narcan on hand.
I doubt it. I wouldn't touch that motherfucker with a 10-inch pole.
Come on, you got to help your fellow man. If I had Narcan, I'd Narcan.
That's why I pay my taxes, because we have public servants who deal with that.
You wouldn't Narcan somebody if you had the chance to Narcan them? I think that's interesting.
Like if I'm in the position where I have to do it,
Yeah.
to say, yeah, sure, I'll do it, but I'm not
I'm
first
not-
choice. I'm not volunteering.
Chris, you got to Narcan them. Do I have to? Why can't you do it?
Let me think about this, fellas.
Oh man!
Every second counts.
In a written statement, the corporation says for more than a year, it has implemented a loop of classical music at certain locations nationwide, including
And
Chicago.
they put chicken wire around the fucking speakers so they couldn't knock them down.
7-Eleven's getting in on the action, but they had a different choice. 7-Eleven's a little more confrontational than Walgreens. They went straight to opera.
Straight loud.
Because you can make the argument, hey, we picked classical. It's nice and calm. We thought maybe even the homeless might like it. Nobody likes opera.
Opera is the genre of choice for 7-Eleven stores. A few in Chicago also play music to deter loitering. The Chicago Coalition for the Homeless blasts the tactic used by both companies.
It's essentially treating them as less than human.
Excuse me?
And treating them as a nuisance. Whereas there are folks that are in need of housing and supports.
There is
Yeah,
no music.
that's fine. Get your housing and support away from my storefront, motherfucker.
Right. And how is that treating them less than human? You're just playing fucking music in front of your store. You're allowed to do that.
Touchy-feely bullshit, bro.
Fuck out of here. That's the people. That's the ones.
Yeah.
Yet at the South.
Hey, you know what? Real quick before you continue, you know, a lot of these people, I bet you if we look into his finances, he's getting a lot of money to help the homeless, but not actually
helping
the homeless. Yeah. See it all the time.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. You see, I saw a video of this one lady who works in Seattle for the homeless. They asked her, well, how much do you make a year? She was like, oh, I make around $380,000. Oh, so you make $380 a year. Well, why is the homeless problem not fixed? You're definitely not homeless. You can make a couple people not homeless like today. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
That's a good point.
Where Robert Jackson likes to hang out because it's shady.
What?
It's shady.
Nigga.
What's funny is that when he hangs out, it becomes more shady. You know what I mean? Because he's less
black.
than desirable. No, I was gonna say. I meant shady as in it's like getting weird.
Oh, so I took it racist. My bad.
You made it
I
racist. That's your own thing.
That's my own biases. My bad. Oh shit. If you want to donate to make me not racist, you can buy me a coffee.com/Misfit Nation. Oh shit.
I believe there's spooks around here.
Oh wait, I got it.
The real problem is niggerism. That's the real problem.
I mean, we didn't make it racial. They happened to find somebody loitering.
He just happened to be.
Of course, it's a jobless Negro. I'm not trying to be racist. That's the news.
We're just reporting it.
Listen, I just identify patterns.
Listen, I've seen plenty of white homeless people too. Not just
yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, I have enough of my criticisms for whites. Like they think they're all powerful, but they're dying from opioids.
The waste of
fucking
good porcelain skin.
Yeah, where's the fucking accountability for them popping the pills?
They don't have any.
Exactly. All right. Okay, that's the end of. Anything else on that?
I think it's great. I don't see any problem with it. And if you don't like the music, then move.
Yeah.
Simple.
And I'd say to Walgreens and 7-Eleven, rock on.
Okay, so what's up with young Parker coming out the closet?
Oh, I forgot about that. Well, you know what? I don't even know if I can.
Or is this a case of when keeping it real goes wrong?
You could say that. I think, all in all, there is a lesson for all of us to learn, and it's that we need to love one another.
I know where this
the
is
same way.
just everybody.
In which we love ourselves. And I'm gonna say it. I love Parker. Please, quicker. Get out of it quicker. Jesus.
It's like, save me, buddy. Save me. I said I love Parker. I didn't want to start like this.
My Christian love does have boundaries. Now I know this. And it ends at Parker. Because that really made me sick as soon as I said it. Parker. I mean, he's really building a name for himself, huh? I'm trying to find the positives. Did you know he started as one of those guys who goes online and pretends to be really rich? And goes, you
Really?
poor people.
That's
make
his start?
me sick.
I want to end this video watching one of his first ones.
Okay, we got to find it.
Yeah, we got to find it.
Yeah,
We gotta find
and then that didn't work out for him. And then he tried, I think, supposedly, I got to find the proof, but he tried to do like almost red pill stuff. But he would get fucking bullied by the red pillars. They'd be like, get the fuck out of here, faggot. And then he was like, okay, I'm going straight lefty.
They rejected him, though.
Those are my people.
They should have brought him in and taught him better. He might have been a valuable weapon.
Maybe. So maybe there is a fucking villain origin arc that we're responsible for with Parker.
We sent them down the road of trannies. Damn, that's crazy. Lisa Marie said, who the fuck is Parker?
Parker, I don't know his first name
He's
or his last
he's
name.
a kid on TikTok that likes to debate conservative leaning people.
He's part of the Harry Sisson crew.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or was until when Harry was exposed for being a PIMP.
Yeah.
He had to leave.
He's part of the Harry Sisson crew, or as I like to call them, the sissies.
The sissies. Harry and the sissies.
It's just because of his last name. It's an unfortunate coincidence.
Listen, you can't. Like I said, I got respected for the guy. I wish he would just be himself. He doesn't have to live like that anymore. He's been
Sisson?
exposed. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a pussy slayer. You just can't deny it. He's a cocksman.
He's a young Thundercat, man. A young Thundercat.
I have to. All right, here's Parker, who is not exactly the pussy slayer. That Sisson is.
More like the pussy slayer.
Pussy slayer.
My attraction doesn't stop with trans people. I'm not attracted to trans people. Is that enough for you? Can you now stop asking me about questions? I've been very clear.
What?
I've been
not attracted to trans people. You would date a trans.
Dude, I'm gonna go fucking insane. Jake, you're gonna get.
You just admitted you would date a trans woman.
Or was that Jake the rattlesnake?
My attraction.
That, by the way, I don't know. Is it?
I don't know.
That is the most unclear way to put that. I'm not attracted to trans people. I can't be more clear than that. Actually, you could be by going, I'm attracted to trans people.
Yeah, he answered that shit like if he liked this dish that he was. Yeah, I not like calamari. Like It's all right.
He talked about a cock like it's like there's just a little too much pepper on there. Like the same inflection.
It was the same. I don't know. It gets a little soggy sometimes.
A little spicy for my liking, but
not for me. Sometimes I have to be in the mood.
I actually do. Even though it's kind of a easy question. Like, what is a woman? Would you date a trans person? Because a lot of them can't bring themselves to say it. So even him, who's probably the most softest queer that you could find, is even going like, I'm not attracted. What?
Buddy, I think you're confused.
I can't be more clear.
I think you're confused.
No, dude, you are cooked. You are cooked, bro.
Did you just use his own clip against him? That's crazy. That's fucking Inception level.
Exactly. That's meta.
That's meta.
With trans people, right? That trans people can be attractive to me. Can you please stop annoying me with this now? Please. Can you stop annoying me with this? You are honestly right now crossing my boundaries. I'm not trying to talk about what is attractive to me. Okay. Is that a boundary that I can place, or do I have to kick you off the live?
Yes. You're good. You're good.
Jesus Christ, dude. I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. Like, seriously, this is incredibly invasive. As a person, as a human being,
I'm sorry.
You are being incredibly invasive right now.
Okay.
Skrill, is it invasive? That's where it shows you there's always a level of shame to what they're saying, even if they pretend it's not. Is it invasive if I asked you, like I get it, like, because you're married, you don't want to give out, like, details of your sex life.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was like, do you like pussy?
So I don't think that's invasive.
Is that invasive? It's just kind of what men,
that's what
men
we talk about.
Yeah.
And if you're really this champion and you really don't think it matters, then you should be proud to say that you're attracted to them.
I think that's yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So what is it really?
There should be no shame then. Why do you have the shame?
Yeah. And even if you weren't attracted, and let's give him the grace and say he wasn't. You still shouldn't have a problem as, hey, listen, they got the right to live or whatever, feel how they want. Personally, I'm not attracted to them.
In the context of a debate, I think the word invasive is one of those other words that you, as a man, that's a bitch ass word.
Yeah,
that's a feminine
as a dude,
word.
You shouldn't use that word.
Yeah,
invasive.
It's like the word inappropriate.
That's just inappropriate.
You can't say that. That's inappropriate.
What?
If I said that to you, there would be at least a 30-second moment of silence of you just like, you okay?
I just tried to think of something more inappropriate to say.
Exactly. And that's our inclination as men.
Yeah.
Like, we do that. Invasive.
Like, I set that boundary like 5 or 6 times, and you continually kept doing that. I was being incredibly nice to you, and I was establishing a boundary. And you have, for no reason, 1 second to sit there and stop and be like, oh, a person is setting a boundary with me. Let me be nice. Let me be respectful of that boundary. You have zero boundaries with people, zero understanding of how to communicate with people. It's actually ridiculous.
Now, you know, he's actually low-key making a point that I agree with, is that if you are gay or you are into trannies, live your life, I guess. As a Christian, you know, I would argue against it, but at the same time, you make that choice, right? But keep it behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Don't tell us about it.
Yeah. And my argument's always been leave the kids out of it.
Leave the kids out of it. Of course. That's almost like that's a given. At this point, it's a given.
But I'm sure he'll argue for a drag queen story hour.
But that's
he'll argue for that.
That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So how about you have your gayness? We're not going to kill you. Have your orgies even if you want. But keep it all behind closed doors. Fuck your pride parade. Fuck your rainbow flags in the White House. We don't need it. Treat it exactly how you're treating it right now. Parker.
We don't have heterosexual parades.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, come on. If the most important thing about you is what you like to stick your dick in, then you need to find some more hobbies.
If that's your political fucking value.
Yeah, that's where you politically align.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. But I'm with him on that. Hey, I don't want to talk about it. Maybe he does like banging trannies. Maybe he is one in his other fucking life. His other double. I'm just saying, like, go ahead, but don't publicize it. Don't fucking promote it.
Right.
I'm fine with that. So if I were to say that to him, though, he would have a problem with it. That's when he would start talking about it.
Yeah, because now he has to save face.
Now he has to prove it. Yeah.
You're on my live right now, right? Is only because I'm being nice to you. Okay. So you said you would date a trans woman. We'll move on. Dude, I'm not on the tour. I've completely disassociated myself with that. Yeah, you're clearly on the Pride Parade tour, buddy. If you really want to date a trans woman. $5. Thank you so much. And honestly, under your
She brings it up again.
Who cares? Jake,
who cares that you want to date a trans woman?
Why are you so concerned with the sexual preferences of other people?
Because it collapses your logic, bro.
It didn't collapse my logic.
It's a very hard conversation, and it gets you flustered because you have to admit you're straight, and you have to admit what a woman is.
I am straight, and it did define what a woman is.
What does it mean to be straight?
Can I ask you a question? What is it?
You said you would date a trans woman, bro.
Yes, and I am straight. I already defined it. I referenced that it's sexual attraction towards the opposite gender. Now, can you please?
You see why we have to redefine words when we're having debates?
Look at this asshole. Yes, I'm sexually attracted to the opposite gender. No, we're specifically talking about the ones that are confused as to what their gender are. So if they're presenting or trying to present as a girl, does that automatically mean you're attracted to them? Yes, that makes you gay.
That makes you gay.
There's no way around it, buddy. I'm sorry.
You're a homo.
If she has a dick, then she's not a she.
And that's why I wasn't in favor of the Blair White promo on the right, because I saw a video when I watched on his channel, and it was, "Is my boyfriend gay?" And they did the whole video and couldn't answer it. And I'm like, if you were a right-wing trans commentator, the best thing for you to say is, video is literally 30 seconds long. You'd have an intro and an outro, and in the middle you just go, yes. And that's literally all it needs to be. That would have actually been genius. Let me just play the end of this Parker clip, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, do your thing.
Yeah.
If you go out to a bar, right, and you find a beautiful, looks to be
Jake, again, why he doesn't understand boundaries. Why are you thinking of like me going out to bars and talking to people when I'm?
Oh wait, are we disconnected?
What do you mean?
Oh, it said we disconnected, but I don't know. Sorry.
I refreshed the page when I saw that, and we look good. Like
We're all good?
Yeah, we're still live.
Chat, tell me if we're off. We're getting comments still, so I think we're good. All right.
I'm in a relationship. Like, why can't you just be why can't you just be like, dude, it's weird to go up to someone who's literally in a relationship, who's been very clear that they're in a relationship, right? And ask them about all the different people that they would engage in relationships with.
But that's an easy cop out.
Can you think for 1 second that maybe that's a weird thing to ask to someone who's in a committed long-term relationship? And no, you can't think of that because you don't have committed long-term relationships that have actually been meaningful in your life that you can relate to.
I just got out of one.
Jake, then you would. Then you should be able. Then you should be able to. Then you should be able to understand boundaries.
Let's zoom out.
Jake,
so he's trying to protect his main pussy while getting bussy on the side. That's basically what he's saying, right?
That's definitely what he's saying.
You're fucking throwing salt in the game, Jake.
Hey, buddy, shut your mouth. Right? I got this little thing going on.
Got my own rattlesnake going on.
Oh, hey. Oh my God, yo, this nigga Misfit Ramdo.
Is he on one tonight?
Boundaries, Mr. Net Ramdo. Boundaries. He said, would you rather fuck a tranny and no one ever finds out, or not fuck a tranny and everyone you know believes you did no matter what you say? Yeah, I'm going to go not fuck a tranny because I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me.
Because you don't want to.
I would have to die knowing that I fucked a tranny. That's crazy.
I say when in Rome. Okay. No, I'm with you. Like,
I don't even know who you are anymore.
At the end of the day, the truth wins. The truth will come out, and you'll like. So that could be fucking. Eventually, you'll be able to say, "See, I told you guys." Fucking didn't believe me.
I'll skin off my back.
I have one more, and then we can move on to Skrill's Reels. You got a couple?
I got a couple.
Okay. I have one more.
I'll start sending them while you do that.
Cool. Speaking of the trannies,
whoa!
Do you remember Go Bag Tranny Guy?
I do. He's back?
He's back.
Oh, shit.
He is back with a vengeance. He's back with a vengeance and also a little more updated plan.
Okay.
Because remember last time his plan was get a Go Bag ready and $1,000.
Yes.
That's all you're going to need to... escape the Trump tranny concentration camps.
That's all you need.
You know, that's his argument, right?
Yes.
That they're going to create concentration camps for transsexuals.
Didn't he say? He said that in the first video, right?
Yes, yes. And that he was calling his brother to kind of give him, like, hey, listen, the code word is raccoon. If I ever call you, I'll say raccoon and I'll hang up. You'll know what to do.
You'll know
and his
what to
brother
do.
is like, I think he needs help. His brother immediately called their mom. It was like, I think he's gone.
There's something wrong with him.
He's gone. There's something wrong with Mel.
Mel.
And then his mom was like, he likes to be called Melina now. Ugh.
It's always the freaking moms, man.
It is the enablers.
Fuck.
All right. Because a father isn't supposed to encourage his kid to do that.
At all.
Doesn't even seem right. All right, let's hear more of his plan.
With concentration camps looming in the United States, here's what queer people are doing. Yes, I said concentration camps. You can MAGA.
Okay, all right.
We are getting a go bag
guy.
ready.
Jesus, all right, sorry.
That was very manly of you. Holy shit. What aggression.
We are getting all.
You sure? It wasn't. It was that and not the fucking 10-inch beard growing from his fucking withered lumberjack face.
And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, God bless this man with such a luxurious beard. I'll be over here struggling trying to grow my shit. He don't even respect it.
And he's wasting it.
He's wasting it. Gosh, it's crazy.
Jesus.
It's crazy.
All of our documents ready. So driver's license, birth certificate, social security card, passport. Now,
Smart.
if you have to revert your passport and your documents to previously said gender identities that you were born with, do so. I'm allowed to do so with my driver's license that says X on it in the state that I'm in. I'm going Monday to revert that to my gender assigned at birth. So
basically, to avoid the concentration camps, just follow the rules that Trump put in place with this gender horseshit.
Yeah, you'd be A-okay.
So more or less, he could have just did a video where he was like, all right, listen, it's time to just let this shit go. Just have your gender assigned at birth on your license. It's not that big of a deal. You'll live.
You'll live, yeah.
I love how he's incorporating that into his, though, like his rebellion, his trans rebellion.
It's like, bro, you're doing exactly what we wanted you to.
Yeah. Good. Paint your nails all you want. I'm going to call you a queer, but you can do it.
the next step, we're going to have a go bag with shoes, clothes for 7 days, dehydrated food, think astronaut food for 7 days. We're going to have $1,000 cash or prepaid credit card on hand. And this is just for the emergency. This isn't for permanency. This is for a week of getting by off the grid. We're going to have...
What? Yo, what is wrong with this guy, bro?
A week of getting by off the grid, $1,000? I don't think that would even...
Now, if you were really off the grid, you could probably just, buy some equipment, go out, get you a little rod, get you something to dig a hole so you can make a fire. If you were really living like, he's not living like that.
Now, here's the thing. As a transsexual, when you say, I'm going to get some shirts, some clothes, some shoes, are you getting like fucking high heels and like for your go bag? Or are you getting
it's for
like
the terrain, Chris. It's
military fucking combat boots or something?
It's for the terrain.
Well, you're not going to, just because you're on the run doesn't mean you're going to stop transing.
Or does that make you in transit?
A transient.
A transient.
A transient. I like it. That's how we make them all transients.
Oh.
Anything ready for the pets that we're taking with us. So put some cat litter in your trunk. Put some cat food or dog food in your trunk. Make sure there's a leash there. Make sure you have everything ready for everything that you're taking with you. Make sure your medication is available and in extra stock. So stock up on it. Ask your doctor for a 3-month supply at one time.
It's funny how you can literally he's getting ready for these fake concentration camps, and you can literally plug in at the beginning. This is how you get ready for a hurricane, and then just plug him right in.
It'd be the same shit.
It's the same thing.
Oh man.
Keep your gas tank full. Have all of this stuff available and ready to go in a moment's notice for every single person in your family.
Don't forget to get a generator.
You do not need
You might need some wood to, board up the house.
Board up the windows.
Yeah,
Make sure you get a lot of water. Fill up the bathtub.
Yes.
need a passport to get into Canada or Mexico. You just need your documents. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't have a passport ready to go. Have a beautiful day and stay safe, my transgender family. All MAGA hate on this video will be deleted and blocked.
Why did we even do it?
Ah, damn. You think he's going to snipe us?
He may.
Copyright, huh? Throw copyright our way?
Literally and figuratively.
Whoa.
He may. Fucking psychopath.
Crazy ass. Yeah. Pretty much. Well, too bad, buddy. You're on our channel now, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Buddy, old pal.
Country would be such a great place if they all just either went to Canada or Mexico. It's a great idea, man. I hope you get it done.
I just, they're afforded the opportunity to be this because they're protected in this country.
In America. They don't understand this. That's why I want them to leave, because they'll be back. The only people that aren't coming back are rich people like Roseanne.
Exactly. All right. You want to move on to a little some?
Yeah, man. Let's get into some Skrills Reels. I got a full list today.
I got something for you.
Oh shit!
Ready?
Let's do it.
Skrills Reels. Skrills Reels. Skrills Reels. Let's all watch Skrills Reels.
Boy, I tell you, that AI is a motherfucker, boy. Ooh, that's right. That's fire though.
Yeah, I was thinking kind of like, let's all go to the lobby.
All right, cool. So, and yeah, my bad. Come on, man, you're right. It was Rosie O'Donnell that I was thinking about.
Oh yes, yes.
So let's
leave my girl Roseanne out of this.
let's see where this thing opens at.
Oh, the 50 Cent thing.
Yeah,
I did see
actually,
that.
let's start there because that's a funny one. So this is. How long do you think he's going to get away with this before Fifth is like, hey, bruh, I need to talk to you?
Until 50's just letting this rack up. Because supposedly this guy's getting paid $2,000.
He's getting bread.
Wait, $200,000 a show.
I don't think it's that high. I think the news of his payment is overinflated. If I had to guess, he's probably getting 15, maybe 20.
Maybe even 50.
Maybe on the high end
to be 50. Sorry, I'm not just using the number because it's 50, but I'm just saying
to be fake 50 Cent. I think that might be even too high, bro. I think maybe on the high end 25.
How much is 50 Cent getting for a show?
50 would get something like 200, 300,000 for a show.
Now,
easy.
I don't know about now.
What 1,000%? A Qatari prince is throwing money at this nigga.
Oh yeah, overseas, but like a club.
Oh, you mean like over here? Over here,
you probably have to pay a good like 100,000 for 50.
100, maybe 2,
because he has to come out, pay for security.
I'm thinking 2. Yeah, I think you short selling 50. I'm thinking 200.
Maybe that's where they're getting the 200,000 figure from.
Maybe
$200,000 figure from. Well, let's just play it.
Does nobody else find this cringy? Is it just me?
I mean, he does look like 50 though, but he has to keep that same face because when he was performing, I could see that it wasn't 50.
He has to. He's like doing something with his lips.
He has to make that face, yeah. And you see when he shows his teeth,
it disappears.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Yeah, but to get paid being another guy, where are we going as a society? What is this?
that's always been a thing.
Has it really?
Michael Jackson impersonators, Elvis impersonators.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
But I don't, to the level of this, because what Michael Jackson impersonator can put on a show and get $50,000, $200,000?
Who's to say that wasn't his job? Like we're just seeing a clip. How do we know that wasn't like, hey, we're gonna pay you to be fake 50 Cent today? Like we see people, people do that all the time for like birthday parties and shit.
It's true.
I don't know if he was actually pretending to be 50 Cent, like to hustle people.
Okay, all right.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, if he's constantly performing, then he's definitely hustling motherfuckers. Are you kidding me? The fuck there's just no creativity in it because everything's already there for you. You're making money off of established IP.
Yeah, but that's like cover bands and
I don't bro.
Cover bands and impersonators. That's always been.
Bro, I don't like any of the cover bands. The only cover band I might like is Alien Ant Farm, but that's because I didn't know any better when I was
did a
growing
good
up.
cover. Well, I usually like bands that'll do a cover, but I like other songs from them. Like honestly, Guns N' Roses, they did "Knocking on Heaven's Door,"
Okay.
but I hate their version of it. I like their other songs.
I've never been a cover fan, so maybe that's why it irks me.
You probably just don't know that it was a cover.
Maybe.
How about that?
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, let's move
Led
on.
Zeppelin. They covered a lot of shit.
Yeah, Led Zeppelin sucks.
Some people call it stealing.
Some people.
Elvis.
All right. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the next one.
Is this it?
Yeah. So there's a story, about this guy who killed a coyote with his bare hands.
Really?
Yeah. And to me, I think this is a really interesting story of survival. I got coyotes where I live, so I actually saw one the other day. But
do?
Yeah.
What?
There's coyotes over there, but they're small. They're not like big like the one that this dude ran
They don't
into.
make it.
Yeah, they don't. Well, I mean, they're big enough that they would cause damage, but I'm not really ever worried about it.
You got guns.
Yeah. So, but this guy had to fight him. I fight him off. The coyote really tried to go after him. But yeah, let's play a story.
I love how coyotes just look adorable. They'll just rip your fucking
Just
throat
rip your
out.
face off. Yep. They're not your friends.
That's why I think they were made by Satan. But Satan doesn't create, right?
No.
Yeah.
He can only destroy.
Exactly.
I'm right here. I'm looking this way, though.
For the first time since coming home from the hospital, James Pulliam showing us where it all went down.
By the time I turn right here, he probably right here. Coming this way. So I'm like, oh, Lord.
He says he was standing in his usual smoke break spot when something fell off.
I felt something.
Smoke break.
Yeah, come on, you know what?
That's the weed spot, nigga.
You know what kind of smoke break he talking about.
I seen this fuck ass coyote done come up. I said, man, put the gun down for this bitch ass coyote.
Yeah, scrap this nigga, man. I ain't finna waste no bullet on this fuck nigga, bro.
I punched him where I thought a human nerve ending would be, and I knocked him out too.
Watching me the whole time anyway. It was like, I just felt like he was hunting me or something.
Moments later, out of the woods came
Yeah,
a
he was.
coyote.
And I kicked him when he jumped the first time. I'm like, oh. And I got right here. I tried to kick him again. I fell and crawled all the way back here. I picked up rocks, throwing it at him.
When James hit the ground, the coyote closed in.
He jumped on me and I caught him in the air. And he was like he was trying to bite. So when I threw him down,
Jesus.
and I'm trying to slide out the way, but it wasn't no way. He just kept coming.
He tried yelling, but it didn't work. That's when he knew this was turning into a fight for his life.
Then I had to rip my left hand out of his mouth. And then when I got my left hand out, I just choked him, just all the way till the police got there.
He says even then, after 10 minutes, he wanted to make sure the coyote was dead so it couldn't attack anyone else in his neighborhood.
You know why they're adding so much context with the news narrative, like the voiceover?
Why?
It's because they want to make sure we know he's not talking about another nigga. Because it could be possible. And then he tried to bite me in my throat.
I had to take my hand out of the nigga mouth.
I thought I was gonna get rabies. So the nigga done came up, big ass fangs in his mouth.
That's crazy.
Because the way he's telling, he's not really making it sound like it's a coyote.
Yeah.
Start throwing rocks at the motherfucker.
Get him out of there.
But that's a crazy fucking story.
Absolutely.
You got attacked by a coyote, and the part where he's holding the coyote by the throat, and he's just
yeah, that's some movie shit.
Whew.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm glad he made it out of that. But
that's Liam Neeson
that's some,
shit.
I thought that was interesting because that's some man versus nature shit you don't really see every day.
Well, let me just finish it because I want to hear the rest of the story.
All right.
Is that a picture of the dead coyote?
Yeah, that shit is fucking huge.
Jesus.
I was hoping ain't no more out there, because, ain't no telling when or if it happened again, there might not be nobody around to help.
James went to the hospital for the injuries on his left hand. He's doing all right, but he needs to go back for more antibiotics.
Oh, they took x-rays and then gave me the rabies shots. That hurt worse than the attack.
Now back home, the legend already spreading.
Yeah, people ain't gonna believe it though. They're gonna think I'm lying.
A neighborhood hero no coyote will want to mess with.
Even that part could have sounded like he was talking about blacks. He's like, I don't know if it was more of them out there.
There could have been. I don't know. The niggas be lurking.
Nigga was hunting me.
That's crazy. All right, let's
I
move
was
on.
afraid, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, it's either me or him,
Yeah. That's a real survival story right there.
Absolutely.
And he looks like he's more of a country guy. Like he's not.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't have a firearm. Felon?
Maybe. On the run?
Nah, he wouldn't be on camera if he was on the run.
I don't know.
All right, next up, we got
Tony.
One
Is his name Tony?
It's,
Sotomayor?
Yeah, Sotomayor.
I thought his first name was Tony. Tommy, you're right.
So
let
me set this up a little bit.
Go ahead.
So he's doing a show and he invites somebody to call. Somebody calls in. And it's the same old Uncle Tom ass niggas. You know where he's going with this shit. So
yeah,
so,
you need to read a book called "Fruit from a Poisonous Tree."
Hey, by the way, I never read that book.
I still haven't read it.
Fuck that book.
I've been being recommended it by fucking black Hebrew Israelites for the past 8 years.
Yeah, fuck that book.
I have no interest. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. So the guy comes in. He comes in all hot. And we're gonna see a reaction. I think this is a raw black reaction from a free thinking black man. I'll put it like that. Yeah,
like it.
Well, we know you don't have to worry about no UV.
I told y'all. I knew it was going. Sir, you a grown ass man. You called me to troll me. Did you get what you want out of this? Did it make you feel better now? Has your day went any better? Is any girl gonna talk to you now that you waited all this damn time just to come here and try to joan me on my skin color?
Let's get back to the conversation.
No, fuck you. Leave me alone.
Fuck you too.
Yes, but I'm not. Hey, but I'm not bothering you. You call me. There's a difference. I don't bother people I don't like. And this is what you have to deal with niggas. Niggas are the worst people on earth. I do understand why they made them slaves. I think one of the worst things that happened was they stopped making them slaves. If they'd have kept niggas as slaves, we'd have built more shit. We'd have been better people. Whenever black people were under the oppression of white people, they did more. They were more productive people. Name the shit you've built since being out of slavery. Name it. You claim you built DC. You were enslaved when you did that. You claim you built the...
Let him finish.
Okay.
Let him finish.
The railroads. You were enslaved when you did that. Everything you claim you built in America, it's when white people had the whip on your ass. What have you built since? Go on, what have you built since? Nobody wants to talk about the facts. Now all you do is go around and begging white people for shit. All these hoods y'all proud of, white people gave them to you. You didn't build them. Did black people build Cabrini Green? Nope. Did black people build Capitol homes? Nope. Did black people build Carver homes? Nope. All these hoods, y'all, did black people build O-Block? Nope. Did black people build any of these things you're talking about? 63rd, 62nd, 69th? Did you build any of that shit? Nope. Did black people build Compton? Nope.
Hey, beat it, spook. This don't concern you.
But here's the thing, too, though. To be fair, yeah, I guess it was liberal whites that built the projects. And the reason, like, a big part of it was that they built them, but they didn't secure, like, funding for maintaining them.
Maintaining them, yeah.
That's why they're, like, shitty places to live.
Pissy hallways and all that.
Yeah, yeah. And then it's like, we're going to fix your floor that's got a hole in it. They just put a fucking piece of plywood over it, you know?
Misfit Randall said Uncle Ruckus.
I mean, let's break it down.
He was going to get to Tulsa, but we'll break it down.
Oh, well, I mean, the whole thing of would black people be better off still under slavery than they are now?
I don't think that's what he was saying. I think what he
that's
was
what he was getting at.
I think what he was saying is if we were enslaved longer, then we might have been building shit.
I don't know about that.
Me neither.
I don't know whether or not the length would have mattered, because then it would have just been like niggas would just be complaining about 600 years of slavery. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, I just think it's the problem is victimhood, the mentality of victimhood. Yeah,
the you people owe me this because of my ancestors.
Yeah, I don't think it's just like the same argument of every culture on the planet has had slavery, slaves and slave drivers as a part of their culture.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like everybody can claim victimhood in everybody's culture, more or less.
That's true.
So it's the fact of like, okay, does the country at least afford you the opportunity, which America does? That afford you the equal opportunity? America does for the most part. I mean, that's the problem with DEI and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the fact that we were able to get rid of that, I don't know. I just think it's a little hyperbolic what he's saying. If I'm going to be fair,
I'm actually surprised.
What?
That you're taking that. You're being altruistic.
It's not even altruism. It's more of like, it's a Christian value. Sorry, I'm
okay.
Bringing up my Christian. I'm using that card a lot tonight, but
it's a card that's well used.
Christianity abolished slavery first on the planet.
Yes.
Yeah, like if you actually took where people make it a racial thing, well, they'll go, oh, well, it was white people that abolished slavery. Actually, it's actually Christians that abolished slavery. That was their mission. That was part of their mission.
Part of the mission, yep.
So, I mean, I don't know how you deny that.
All right, let's let him get to the Tulsa thing, and then we'll move
We
on.
got to hear about Tulsa.
Yeah.
The massacre.
This person said Black Wall Street. Sir, you remember what Black Wall Street was built under? Jim Crow. Holla at your boy. Your ass ain't built Black Wall Street back now, have you? You got all these black millionaires and all these black millionaires who own clothing companies. You could have been built Black Wall Street back a long time. When you hear all these niggas love to go back to Black Wall Street, that tell you black people are lazy and ain't shit. When's the last time you had to hear a white person say, we did build something, we built the atomic bomb? When's the last time you got to hear a white person go all the way back to 1960 to talk about what they've done in the United States?
Slaves built this country.
Here's the thing, though. This is where I think the argument is starting to become sort of, it's like old hat. It's like maybe you could point at Elon Musk and Amazon. Like, the thing I'm saying is that, like, the thing of, like, white inventions and, like, white people actually being active in this country is kind of getting less and less. Yep. Like, so white people are actually starting to do that, where they're starting to point at the forefathers and the, old inventions and what their ancestors were doing, because white people now actually aren't really doing much to innovate, I should say.
That's a fair point.
No one really is. That's the point.
That's what I was gonna say. Who what sector is really doing that?
It's individuals. It's Elon Musk. Who else can you
It's
name?
the people with the will and the vision.
Who can you actually name? Like, if you were to like try to really think about it, Elon Musk and what's Amazon guy? I can't remember his
Jeff
name.
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Those are the last two
Love 'em or
innovators
hate 'em.
that I can think about.
Yeah, love him or
they
hate him.
created something that is sustainable. Jeff Bezos is less riskier, so his some would say that his is better than what Elon's got going on, but Elon's an innovator too.
Yeah. And look, I'm actually asking the question because I might be misinformed. I might just be ill-informed on it. And there's like great white inventions going on right now that I just don't know about. So
Stockton Rush.
Who's that?
Ocean Gate.
What's that?
The sub that blew up.
Oh, yes. A lot of research went into that.
Innovation, The innovation was kind of built on, the deaths of people that tried. So
listen, the whole thing, that's why I always say that white people need to get their bravery back, because that's what actually created their innovation.
Was being brave.
Being brave. That's what they had over a lot of people.
Looking death in the face.
Yeah, like look at the Wright brothers. You think that it didn't take balls to fucking like take that chance?
You know what?
And go, you know what? I'm gonna fucking fly this maybe workable flying machine off of a cliff just to test it.
Yeah, and if I fall, I might die.
But I believe in this thing enough, in this invention enough. It takes balls to do what they did. So white people don't have that anymore. The one thing that they had.
Now he makes his last point about Tulsa, and then we'll move on.
Okay.
But I thought it was interesting. I never heard of it explained like that before.
Okay.
When's the last time you heard a white person got to go back to the founding fathers to talk about what they've done? We always got to rest on somebody else's laurels. That let y'all know niggas today ain't shit. Listen to black men. Black Wall Street. All you niggas hollering Black Wall Street and ain't never been to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Why y'all keep bringing that up? You don't want to work. You're lazy. You want to live off somebody else's laurels. What they built, what they did, what they gained. What have you built? Give me the Black Wall Street 20 years in the last 20 years, the last 10 years. Give me that one.
Chop.
Wait.
Chaz. Oh, sorry.
Y'all niggas can't put together some stores. But that's all Black Wall Street was, idiot. Stores. Can somebody tell me if I'm lying or not? What was Black Wall Street? Stores. You mean to tell me niggas can't put together a street with stores?
That's true.
That's a good fucking
Y'all get money
point.
from the government and still won't do it.
That's a good fucking point. Why is the corner store ran by Habibi? Why isn't it our corner store, right? Why isn't, even if the liquor store is a bad thing to have in your neighborhood, why isn't the liquor store our liquor store? It's true. We don't own shit, but we're quick to die over shit we don't own.
Well, that's the thing. And that's what I said about bravery. It takes a lot of balls to save money and invest it into a company that you don't know if it's going to work or not.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that white people had. Like, you ever heard the story about FedEx?
No.
Where he was about to lose FedEx. He didn't have enough money for, like, he was trying to get a loan, but he needed to have some money to sort of match to get the loan.
Mm-hmm.
So he had I think $50,000 or something like that. And he went to Vegas. He flew to Vegas to have a meeting, and he goes and fails the meeting because he didn't have the money to back up his side. He goes into a casino, places all of the money he had on fucking black, like one of those kind of bets. And he goes, this is it. This is my life right here. And he won.
Shit.
And he went back,
with
the investment and was like, I have the money now.
That's insane.
And secured his company to be able to become
balls
FedEx.
To put all his money on the line.
Make
his vision go. Now,
I'm not saying it's the smartest thing, but it took fucking balls to do that.
It was brave. It was.
If he lost,
he might have killed himself.
If he lost, we would all be calling him a fucking moron.
It's true.
But the fact that he won and he had the balls to go I'm going to just chance it. I'm going to risk it.
And he made his vision come true. It's not like he squandered the investment either.
And then he actually took the money and invested it in his company, and now he's a multi-fucking billionaire, I think.
Yep, of course.
His company is a household name, you know what I mean?
Involved in shipping packages everywhere.
They literally...
Around the world.
They're literally better than the federal government at it. That people will go like, I'll just pay.
Yeah, I'll FedEx it.
I'll FedEx it, fuck it. So, I'm just saying, that's the thing that I wish this new generation of white people, I mean even black people need to get that.
It's true. Black people definitely need to get that.
But if you play victim all your life, you're never going to take those chances.
Yeah, because if you're a victim, then what's the point?
You're going to always think that you're entitled to it. You're not getting it because you're a victim. So
Asians have beauty stores. Oh, look at you, Rami, showing off a little bit of that rice.
Yeah, it's usually nail or
you want krill gel?
Nail or beauty stores.
Definitely.
Beauty supply shops.
Let's get the next one.
Can I play one real quick?
You got one? Yeah.
I got a really...
You got a spicy one?
Interesting one. What is yours in the line of?
Mine's is the hostage that was released from Hamas, saying how Hamas didn't want President Trump to win.
Okay, we'll do that one,
Okay.
but I gotta play this one first then.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I'll play that one first because it's a little more heavy. Please remind me about this video. Because it's basically like one of those, this is the end of masculinity kind of things.
Okay. Shit.
Oh, what happened here? Elijah Schaefer and Sarah Stock get grilled Tim Pool while he refuses to debate Nick Fuentes.
He refuses to debate Nick Fuentes.
I didn't get the idea that he was refusing it, was he? Oh, no, he does. I think he does refuse to have Nick on his show.
Oh, okay.
That's one of those guys. He's blacklisted. You want to see that?
That's weird. We could watch that, sure.
How much time you got?
I'm good right now because I got a few more reels.
Okay, so let's watch this real quick because it just popped up. I want to see what's going on.
Breaking news! Breaking news!
By the way, I'm never in favor of a chick grilling a dude, even if it is Tim Pool. Like, you don't have that entitlement. You're not allowed to do that.
You don't have that kind of stock, lady.
Yeah. By the way, I realize this. I'm totally a free speech extremist, not for women. I think women shouldn't get the right to free speech.
Do you want to elaborate?
They need to be told to shut up sometimes, and that's anti-free speech. And even they'll agree. Like, they shouldn't be in control of their speech.
They don't want to be.
Yeah. I don't think they can have that. No woman should have that power. Yeah. And that's why the Constitution is guaranteed that all men are created equally. I think that was specifically done.
Words matter.
Yeah. All right, let's play it.
Also making the claim that basically you're bought out by Israel or by Jewish
Which is Israel
interests.
first.
But would you not debate him on that claim?
What's the debate? I don't get money from Israel.
He was accusing you
Hide the
of
silver
meeting with
coins.
Netanyahu. And
I met with Netanyahu indeed, and Tucker Carlson met with the premier.
What did you guys talk about?
Netanyahu. There was a Chatham House meeting with like a dozen plus journalists at the Blair House, which is basically a White House guest house, and he was talking largely about Iran getting a nuclear weapon and trying to go to war with Israel and the United States.
I think it's also pretty.
And Tucker Carlson met with the premier of Qatar.
Well, I'm confused on that too, why he did that. But I think a lot of people want to know this because I'm not making any accusations because I think a lot of people are too conspiratorial and think that everything's like, some undercut, cooked background thing where people are, getting top-down orders from Israel, and that's really not what's happening.
Because they're Israel first, they're deranged.
No, well, listen. Okay, we'll disagree on that, but I mean, that is pretty crazy to have a meeting with a world leader. Like, that's like, how do you get invited to that? Like, why would
why is
Because I have the
Netanyahu
second
meeting with
biggest
all of
live
our
stream in the
right-wing
country.
influencers?
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, but why would a foreign leader then want to meet with you because you have a big podcast in America? Like,
Because he's advocating for U.S. support for their war with Iran.
So, but why would he need to talk to you to raise
It's called
support?
lobbying.
Well, what did he lobby? Like, can you say, or is it NDA?
Yeah, he was trying to convince a bunch of media personalities that the U.S. had to support Israel, and I would say 70% of the room told him to screw off.
What did you feel personally on that? Like, do you have an opinion on that?
Yeah, I think he was.
I feel like they're fishing.
Yeah,
they're trying to find something to like go like, see, that's why you're a Zionist.
I don't see anything wrong with him having a conversation with a world leader. That's weird.
Listen, I'm not the biggest Tim Pool fan. You guys know that.
You vocalize it enough, yes.
Yeah. I don't dislike him, but I don't find him to be
is it the
like
beanie?
I don't know what it is. He's one of those kids that would like you like in school. He would talk and you would just go, "Shut the fuck up."
Yo.
And he's probably making sense. He's probably just ahead of us. But you're just like, I don't want to hear you.
Shout out to Tim, man.
I love the thing that Nick Fuentes said to Tim Pool. He goes, the only reason that you're popular is because we all got canceled.
Damn.
You're the only one left.
Damn. That's a burn.
That's where I think I wouldn't call it even dislike. It's my like, I'm just not into Tim Pool. I'll watch his show, I'll listen to his debates. Sometimes he does fucking rail people and he's good at it.
Right.
But I'm like, I'm not a fan of him.
Not your cup of tea.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
But it was because of what Nick Fuentes said. He summed it up perfectly. You're only cool because all the cool kids got suspended.
You're the only cool kid left. Damn, that fucking burns.
You're the only kind of cool kid.
Kinda. You didn't give it all away.
You were the nerd that got along with the cool kids. Yeah.
In a matter of speaking, I mean, nobody.
I don't find him being like not transparent though. I feel like he's being very open about what he's saying.
I mean, what's the argument? Is the argument that he's some hand of Israel, that he's
getting Israeli money,
propaganda, and getting paid?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, he does make a good point though. He goes, Tucker Carlson did a interview with the head of Qatar. So it's like, why are you not making the same accusation?
Right.
And it's like it either shows that you're just not consistent in what you're saying, you don't see it, or you're biased.
Or you're biased, yep.
Yeah.
He literally said screw off. But there was a really funny moment where he's like, what does Iran say? They do not say death to Israel. They say death to America. I'm not supposed to quote him, so I'm paraphrasing, I guess. I don't know. He said that. And he goes, pretty good impression. And what do you think happens when they get a nuclear weapon? After they will be stopped by us, but they will come for you.
No,
and then immediately someone goes, no, they won't. Just blurted out in the room. It was hilarious. And then he was like, yes, they will. And they're like, no, they won't. And then someone else goes, their nukes can't reach us. It was funny. But the idea that when Nick Fuentes says something like Tim Pool is bought and paid for by Israel, that's because
real quick, I do want to pause it. You know, that is a good argument in terms of the nukes can't reach us, but they wouldn't send a rocket like that. We're talking about people who are sophisticated criminals in a way, and they're terrorists. They would assemble it over here.
They would find a way.
To assemble it over here and get it over here. So it's not like I don't look at a nuclear threat from Iran coming from a rocket. I would look at them getting the materials and finding a way to do it over here.
The thing you can't ever discount is how crafty human beings can be.
If they want something bad enough, they'll do it.
They'll literally, one by one, piece by piece, fucking immigrate people over with a piece each and literally put that shit together here. I'm just saying there's
4 years of Biden. They might already be here.
Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows?
Oh.
I'm just saying. They might be in our government.
Yeah. That's a very real possibility.
Yeah. Mr. Pink, are you guys opening the phone lines?
Nah.
I think that's, yeah,
after
might be too late.
after Reels, we getting out of here.
Yeah,
But maybe next week, bro. Did you want to finish this?
Yeah, let's just play a couple seconds more because I want to see where it goes.
He's lying. Like, do you literally believe that Israel gave me cash money. The liberals claim that Russia gave me money. Lies. And the Israel First people claim that Israel gives me money. Stupid lies.
Look, do you think that if you came out genuinely with a very strong aversion to Israel, to Zionism, and you started using the show to expose not just Israel, but really get into some of this corruption and what's happening with politicians being paid off, that you would be able to maintain the level of monetization on platforms, that you'd be able to bring on the same, U.S. government officials and have the same place and invite and platform in right-wing or free speech like areas of concentration and meetup. Like, do you think that you would have that same access, or do you think there would be penalties, like you could be punished for coming out and for being, maybe more accusatory, more investigatory of what Israel and Israeli influence is having in the country? Like, do you think there would be negative benefits?
That's true for any subject.
Do you think really if Qatar, you'd be punished on the right wing if you looked at how many people were?
Nobody cares about Qatar. But if
they do. Seth Dillon does. Joel Berry does. Colin Wright
My
does.
point
James
is,
Lindsay does.
Qatar isn't as impactful.
I guess we could stop it there, but I want to ask the question: do you think in America you get in more trouble for making fun of Jews or Muslims? Which one would you get in more trouble for making fun of? Be honest.
I think the question is trouble by who? Because I think that
canceled. Let's just say canceled. Let's leave it kind of open ended. If you want to be more specific, we can.
I mean,
fired from your job.
I would say Jewish.
You think so?
Oh yeah, I would say Jewish. Because I would say Jewish only because most people kind of already know, especially in like a office environment. I think that those people are like sort of ostracized already. Not Jewish people. I'm talking about the other side.
Palestinians, pro-Palestinians.
Yeah, pro-Palestinians.
I can't even say that's true.
Okay.
Because we're talking about like fucking yuppies.
Now, do you
liberals?
I honestly, and I can support Israel in terms of like their right to survive or whatever, but definitely, if you talk about Israel in a not so shining light, more than you would an Arab, you're gonna get canceled. For sure.
I don't know. I could point at things even in Hollywood, like movies, where they make fun of Jews way more than they make fun of Muslims.
Yeah, but it was probably fucking directed or produced by a Jew.
Doesn't matter. We're talking about liberals are the ones who kind of push forward cancel culture.
Right, but
that's what we're talking. That's the whole point of the conversation.
But certain Jews have are also used cancel culture.
So have Muslims.
But who's more successful?
Okay, let me ask you this. Can you show a picture of the Prophet Muhammad on TV?
No, you can't do that.
Did South Park have to censor the Prophet Muhammad?
Did they? They did, right?
Absolutely, they did. Yeah. But they don't censor anything about Jews.
That's a fair point.
They don't censor anything about anybody else.
Now, I think, and I know what you're saying, but I think that's a little bit unfair. I'm looking at the context of canceling in terms of getting somebody fired or affecting their life in a different way. If you do that to Muhammad, you're having threats of getting killed. That's a little bit different.
Have you ever taken a racial, what do they call it? Racial sensitivity training from a job?
I have.
I've noticed something about all of those. They always have a little scenario. They have the scenarios of things. Usually, it's centered around Middle Eastern people. It's about like Nadia came to work and her food smelled like shit, but nobody could say anything because we're not allowed to be honest. What's the way you're supposed to handle this? It's always that. It's never like fucking Schlemiel came in and had his curls hanging out and we couldn't. You get what I'm saying?
No, okay. I can see.
Don't get me wrong. You can get in trouble for saying anti-Semitic shit. I'm not saying that doesn't exist, but I'm just saying like we're talking about like the things that you're not supposed to make fun of. Who can you get in trouble more for?
I think it's more socially acceptable to do it to the Arab.
I think it's more to the Jews.
No way.
I think absolutely. You could point at even pop culture. There's way more pop culture references that you can, like Tropic Thunder. Les Grossman, one of the funniest characters ever, was a straight Jew.
Jew, yep.
I'm just saying, like, you can point out a lot of those. How many of those can you do with Muslims? I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but
well, I'm trying to. But again, what is the degree of cancellation? Because Muslims take shit too far. It's more than just taking your livelihood. It's taking your life with some of these people.
So how is that not worse? How is that not more of cancel culture than Jews?
That's why I was saying I think that's more terrorism than cancel culture. I think cancel culture is more designed to like get rid of you so that you stop talking, but it's not necessarily designed to kill you.
I think it's like canceling your life. How is that not like ultimate cancel culture?
By killing you?
Yeah, I'm going to kill you because of what you said. Or you showed a picture of my prophet.
I guess that would be ultimate cancel culture.
That's all I'm saying. All right, like let me give you an example, right? White people always make the argument, oh, you could say anything you want about white people and get away with it. Actually, that's not true. Can you, and answer this and be honest, can you say the word cracker on Twitter? Or
No.
TikTok?
I've had tweets censored for that. Yeah.
Exactly. So you can't openly say racial things about white people. That's a lie. You get what I mean? So I'm just saying that like there is actually more protection for a lot of these people who claim that they don't have any protection than they realize.
Okay.
Can you call somebody a fucking like a mulatto mixed breed weirdo on the fucking on Twitter or
Probably.
X and get away with it?
Probably.
So then I can make the argument that I'm more oppressed than black and white people.
You are, because nobody likes you.
Exactly. And I've accepted that at a very young age. That's why I'm a free thinker.
There you go.
I'm just saying you can't pretend that there isn't protection from white people for white people. I mean,
Right, but the question is,
who's more?
Who's more?
Can we make the chart? Who's at the top of the list of who you cannot make fun of? Gays, I think.
Yeah, that's number one.
Number one.
Number one.
I'd say second, black women.
Very close second.
Would you separate black women and black men? That's two different demographics,
Yes,
right?
I would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even put black men on the list.
No, I would.
You would?
I'd put them though at a like. I'd go gays. Actually, I'm gonna go gays, Muslims. I'm just gonna make mine, and then you can make yours. Gays, Muslims, and that's 1A, 1B to me. Black women. Then I'll go Jews. Then I'll go black men. Maybe I'll go black men. Then Jews. Hispanics, I don't think you get much from. So I'll put them later.
Well,
and
mostly
then
that's 'cause we
whites
can't understand
are last on the list. I'll give you that.
Okay.
You can say more about white people than you can anybody.
Maybe Asian people.
Asian, you're right, Asians.
You say anything about Asian?
Asians are above Hispanics.
Mm-hmm.
Asians might be above black men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are.
So I would go
Above black women and Jews?
No. So I would go.
Yeah, I'm with you then.
Come on. So I would go gays for sure. Number 2 for me would have to be black women as well.
Okay.
Then I'm going Jews. Then I'm going Arabs. Then I'm going.
Wait, no. You can't say Arabs. Is it Muslims or Arabs?
Muslims.
Okay.
Muslims. Then I'm going Muslims. Then I'm going black men. Then I'm going Asian, and then I'm going black men and white men last.
Wait, can we add though Christians, Catholics? Because if we're adding Muslims and Jews, now we're. Because I think Christians might be the lowest, and whites are above Christians. You could say pretty much anything you want about Christians. You can say you want to fucking kill them.
Yeah, there's no retribution for that.
There's really no retribution or no like free speech against
So
Christians.
they would be last.
So I'd put Christians last. I put whites above Christians, then Hispanics, black men, Asians.
Yeah, I'd put Asians before black men.
I put Catholics and Christians kind of on the same.
You can put them on the same team.
Yeah, because Catholics get it all the time.
1A, 1B.
Yeah. I think we're around there.
Yeah.
I think we got it right.
Okay. Cool. Let's move on. I got a few reels left.
All right, and then we'll
wrap.
get out of here.
Mm-hmm. I sent a bunch, so we're gonna just rifle to maybe like 3 more, and then that's it.
Maybe if next week isn't like news heavy, we'll just do a like more phone line
Call
prominent. Because sorry, I didn't mean to write you off there, Mr. Pink. We do appreciate every time you guys call in.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we just went on a little late tonight. It's fucking 12 already. Jesus.
Damn. I didn't even realize. Okay.
Let's do what? 2 more? And then
Yeah.
we'll get out
Let's
of here?
do the I'll give you the choice. Now there was an Andrew Wilson. They tried to frame him as if he was saying that some women find rape will have an orgasm. They tried to. So that first video I sent right there, that is their clip of the broader conversation, and then the clip above it is the actual conversation.
Oh wait. Can we pick one and then because I have my other one.
Okay.
That I have to do.
All right, so let's
You want to do Andrew? I'm down to do Andrew Wilson.
Yeah, let's do this one then.
I'm almost to the point where I'm willing to say that I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Andrew Wilson. I find him to be solid. The pickle thing kind of bothered me, but
welcome to the Crucible.
Yeah, it might be part of the Crucible. I love his debate style. I think it's probably one of the most productive debate styles on the internet right now. Probably the most productive, to be honest. Yeah. He's he is one of those guys who's trying to win, which sometimes gets a little like, because I'm in the Jordan Peterson category of like, sometimes we got to really go for productivity more than that. But
I like the fact that he's going after the win.
He's going for the win just because of his opponent.
Yeah.
I feel like he goes in with a good faith, but his opponents just drive him to being like, all right, I got to be an
He'll
asshole
go
now.
there if they make him take it there. Yeah.
I totally get where he gets pushed. Yeah.
100%.
And part of it is because he's just an asshole. I feel that. I'm with that. He just likes to fuck with people.
So
And he's smart enough to do it.
He's debating this libtard over here. And
Is this Oliver?
I believe so, yeah.
Yes.
And and they're talking, yeah, he's the male feminist. And they're talking about I forgot what they were talking about, but the conversation led to Andrew trying to figure out his worldview. And he asked him the question in the clip that we're gonna see after, but this is what they clipped. This is their clip farm.
Mr. Pink says this is Wes Watson, I think.
Wes Watson.
I think. I don't know if I
thought
recognize
Wes
that
Watson
name.
was the fucking prisoner guy.
Is it what, the one from Louisiana?
No, the Wes Watson, the fucking the buff dude from Miami who fucking walks around all the time and talks a big game. Wes Watson.
I thought you were gonna say Prison Break, but I realized
Nah.
that's Westmoreland.
No, Wes Watson. Wes Watson.
I don't know Wes Watson. All right, let's play.
Like certain people, it's like, okay, dude, yeah, I guess you could make the case that like grape is bad for certain people.
No.
For certain people.
I'm sorry to stop it so quick, but this is something that I think is gonna ruin things like this, like in the future. Once like we kind of get rid of this like sensitivity to language, where we have these really great debates like in the fucking ether, but it's like, let's talk about grape. The fuck is grape? How about we just say rape? It's a fucking clinical term.
Okay.
It's a legal term. Pedophilia. Stop saying PDF file.
To be fair, he's not on his show. He's
I
on
get
Brian's
it.
show. Brian has these rules because of monetization. Brian's here to make money. Flat line. You know, bottom
I get
line.
it, Skrill,
He doesn't have an integrity, and this is no shame on you, Brian. Get your money, but he doesn't have the integral fortitude to say, hey, no, this is America. We're just gonna say what we want, and
We're gonna take the hit.
and we'll take the hit. We'll find a way to make money another way.
Find a way to make money. He gets fucking $200 super chats on the reg.
It's not enough. You're not living in California off of just $200.
I'm in the
super
wrong
chats, right?
fucking business. I'm just gonna not have integrity. Invite
and just invite some whores
four
on.
whores in here just to yell at them.
We'll blow up like that. Instant.
How about we just make humiliation porn? Misfit Nation. Humiliation degradation porn.
I don't think I like that idea as much. What are we becoming?
It's bad for everyone.
No, it's only bad for certain people. Here, like there's women, you agree, who have orgasmed during essay.
That has nothing to do with
Essay.
essay.
Bro.
That has nothing to do with whether it's essay. Are you kidding me?
Bro, I didn't say whether or not it's essay. I said during essay.
What does it have to do with anything?
Well, bro, if that's the case, right, then was it bad for them?
Yes.
Why?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because there are overriding harms than just orgasm. I'm not saying that's not the case. What?
Perfect. So then here's the case then. The case is like when you say for some people, right? The reason you keep saying that is because even though it's the vast overwhelming majority of people, you want to like create this little minutia outlier. Right? Is it logically possible that there's ever been a woman who's been essayed who'd enjoyed it?
I'm not going to.
Can you answer my question? Is it logically possible?
I'm not ascribing anything to that.
Do you think there's ever been a single woman who's been essayed and has enjoyed it?
I'm not going to answer the question.
Answer the question.
I'm not going to answer the question.
But
I'm not gonna
because then I can't say some people.
I'm not going to answer whether women enjoy being great.
That's not what I asked you.
Whether a woman has enjoyed being great.
If there's ever been one. Do you think there's ever been one?
No. I'm not answering.
You don't think there has been?
I don't know, and I'm not going to answer.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to. This is such a weird thing. This is such a weird thing
What's
to get on
wrong with answering
about.
the question?
Because I'm not going to contribute to rhetoric that tries to say that there is anything good.
Rhetoric, another word a man shouldn't be saying.
Rhetoric. Rhetoric is okay.
Yeah.
I think it's in that yellow zone.
What is the context? What is the context you saying that word in?
Well, if it's actually rhetoric.
The fuck out of here.
It's not innately a feminine word.
So all right. So for anybody who may be confused, essentially they're having a conversation, and this guy was saying, he was saying, well, the outlier, like it's the same thing how you say leftists argue. They always argue with the 1%. So Andrew was like, okay, so if you're going to do that, then what about the women that may or may not get off from getting sexual assaulted? Does that mean that woman, and does that make that thing right? Even though that woman may enjoy it, and even though that might be the smallest percent, does that make that right? That's what he's trying to get to. But they framed it as if he's just saying, no, some women enjoy getting raped.
If I remember correctly, and if I grasp the sort of like concept of what Andrew's saying, because I'm still trying to learn it, and I kind of get it. Like I get it logically, but I'm trying to get it like to where I can explain it. I think he's talking about a thing that he always argues against, which is called the harm principle.
Okay.
Right? Where it's all based on harm. Does it cause harm? And that's the only thing that we base our morals on. Right?
Does it harm others?
Which isn't necessarily true. Because then you can make the argument that a woman that enjoys sexual assault, that means the sexual assault is good. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Where, like, if you're only basing it on harm. So it's again the same thing of like where, because Andrew argues from a Christian ethical standpoint, and he's making the argument that you don't just get your ethics and your principles and your morality, and I guess that's just the sort of just the theme of tonight's show.
Yeah,
you don't just get that from nothing. You don't just get that from like what causes harm.
Right.
Like, yeah, like you can, for instance, you can rape a woman and she can get pregnant and have a child. You know what I mean? Like, because that good thing happened, does that make that not harmful? Like, does that make it not moral?
Right.
If you base it on a harm principle, then you could make the argument that it was a good thing.
That it was a good thing, yeah.
Which is funny because that's what they accuse us of doing as Christians. When in reality, we're just more of like, this is the reality of it. This is how we deal with it based in our moral framework.
Right. The baby who unfortunately was conceived through horrendous means, right? That person didn't do anything to get here. You know what I mean? So
we see it from way more than one perspective of just the woman was raped and that's it. It's like we all agree a woman getting raped and getting pregnant from rape is fucking horrible. Like horrible is not even a good word for it.
It's horrendous.
As horrible as a word you could think of, we'll apply it.
Right.
That's not the point. And then also here's another word that another term that Andrew that I've been learning from his debates is the word, and I love this, is internal critique. Have you ever heard this?
I have. I've heard it from him, yeah.
And I realize like that's what a lot of us do. We just don't realize that's what we're doing. Is we're going like, and liberals catch us on that because we don't realize that's what we're even doing. Is we're going, okay, based on your logic, X, Y, and Z, and then they'll go, oh, so you believe X, Y, and Z, and we're going, no, we're just basing it on your logic.
Yeah.
It's an internal critique. So I love that term. So I'm just saying that's a useful term that because we do it all the time, but we don't realize. Like even when we make a secular argument and we're Christians, we're kind of making an internal critique on secularism.
On secularism, yep.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I think Andrew's a good dude. I like him.
Yeah, but I just wanted to point this out. He was not saying it was a good thing that women or some women get off from getting raped, because that's again they were trying to frame it like he was saying this is so stupid.
I think it's just I that's why the disclaimers. I'm just like I feel like we're above that. Like well we get that.
Right.
Only an idiot that doesn't want to understand it is not getting it. All right, let's play this.
The BBC. Okay.
Oh, you have one?
I got one more. I promise.
All right, go ahead. I'm here, bro.
Open the messages, and then you can play your clip after this. So our boy's back.
Which one?
You already know. Go up.
Just tell me where to start.
I'll tell you what. Keep going. Keep going. It's the number one pussy slayer. Keep going.
Oh, Sisson?
No.
Oh.
The other number one pussy slayer. Yeah. No. Yeah. There he is. No. Go up. Go up.
Oh wait. Sorry.
Yeah, that 62-year-old was wild, but we'll save that for another day.
Oh!
Yes.
Dragon.
Yes. It's the dragon. He's back.
I can't be with you, girl, because you're the cheerleader. And I'm just a loner. I'm a bad boy. Get your damn hands off of her.
Should never hit a lady. I'll save you, girl.
I'm going to go back to my lair now. All right. Calling all BBCs.
Yeah, I don't think.
Is this a cuckery video?
I don't think he thought this one through. But it was hilarious.
Bad Boy Club Unite.
I don't think he thought it through, bro.
He didn't. Oh my God. I gotta watch this now.
Calling all BBCs. Calling all BBCs. Now is the time to join the Bad Boy Club. If you think you have what it takes. For 2025 is the year of the bad boy. Now is the time for us to rise up. Well, show me what you got. For I am the leader of the Bad Boy Club. That's right. I'm the baddest boy in town. That might just make me the biggest BBC of all time.
He's not wrong. He is the biggest dick of all time. The biggest black dick of all time.
There's no way he's not doing this on purpose. There's no way.
You think that it has to be?
There's no way. Yeah, there has to be. There has to be. He gives NPC energy.
He does remind me of like remember in GTA 5 when you break into the Facebook place and he's the hacker.
The hacker.
I think his name was Rick or something. So Would you
No, I wouldn't join the BBC. No, absolutely not.
No, sorry, hold on. Give me a second. It's gonna be worth it. I promise.
Guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe while he's doing that.
Would you say that BBC Bad Boys Club, he's a very good bad boy?
No!
Bad boy!
You have this saved?
No, I pulled it up.
I thought I would never have to hear that bullshit again.
I am ashamed to say I actually worked for that one.
It's almost as bad as their cooking habits. Fucking shit.
I do have a Indian street food video too.
Oh no!
I'm gonna watch it real quick.
Yeah,
I liked how he popped his collar though. That was pretty.
It was slow mo. He's with the yeah.
Does he think he's in like a 80s fucking high school movie?
No, but he definitely thinks he's the main character.
He has main character syndrome.
100%.
So, are you joining the Bad Boy Club? Call.
I think that's his way of coming out as a twink.
I feel like this video was 100% a put on. Remember when last week we weren't sure if he was for real or not? Now I think he's not for real. I think he's just doing this now.
It's almost like you remember Inauguration Day guy. You had to watch the second one to go, oh, he's serious.
Yeah.
He's for real.
All right.
All right, I have this video. We could play it. We could actually knock these two out real quick if you want to do the Indian street food real quick.
Yeah, we could knock them out and then we're out of here.
And then we're out of here, I promise. So this guy.
What the fuck, bro?
What the fuck is going on with this? Pause. All right, sorry. I don't know why it's not pausing.
That nigga screaming like Michael hit the stage. What the fuck is wrong with him?
This is a guy. Now I'm assuming he's a fruit.
I mean, what gave that away? The fuck? Was it
that?
Oh my god! Was it that?
He's well, you know why he's screaming like that? Because he's watching Taylor Swift hit the stage.
He's a Swiftie? Oh my god.
He's a Swiftie, which means he's also
he's a fag.
Why are you gay? Somebody said, "Is this your son?"
Yeah. Well,
you know what's funny about that? That's probably a woman behind that camera with that caption. Their biggest ally.
Well, that's what something you'll see too is like you'll hear them like women are laughing at him.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the background, but
watch him comical.
Watch him like him reacting to Taylor Swift getting on stage. Now, I want you to also think, as a man, is there anybody that you would react to like this?
No.
Well, watch it first. Maybe you're being a little closed-minded. Maybe you got to broaden your horizons.
My man said, "Yeah, I'm just gonna hit this concert and throw my dignity out the window." That, you know what? That's
Faggot! Faggot! Faggot!
That's almost demonic in a way. Like
It is, isn't
he
it?
is worshiping her. That's crazy.
He's really at the teat, isn't he?
Like, he doesn't even look like a real person right now. That's crazy.
You're right. It's like he's almost possessed.
It's almost possessed.
That's idolatry right there.
100%.
That's why they tell you not to do that.
Do you suck dicks?
He definitely does.
I think he does.
Yeah.
I'm told you like to fuck each other up the ass.
I think that too. A little bit of that going on.
What if you?
I do let you bang. Hey, let me bang.
Sorry.
I let you bang. I let you bang.
Wait, you got the scraper and the scramble? You got the scramble and scraper?
Oh, yeah.
You got to. You got to.
Yeah. Mr. Lee,
Yeah, I love this drink.
Where you
Chance
put my
with you. I
bag
like
at?
when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy,
at,
I like
Mr.
when
Lee?
you
Oh,
when you
it's right here,
scrambling
it's
and
right
scraping
No,
for shit.
no, I got
I
loads
like
of
that.
I'm a Swiftie, daddy.
Yeah, but that's terrifying. Now, this guy votes. That's also terrifying. Like this is a vote that counts.
Well, this is the guy that, like, when Taylor Swift goes on stage and goes, "We need to care about the immigrants," and she does her stupid fucking monologue, he actually goes, "Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Taylor."
Eats that up.
Fucking.
You're a fucking disgrace.
Thank you.
All right, what's the next one?
Well, we just have an Indian street food.
Is it our guy?
Nah.
Foot McGee Patel?
Let's see. Clef Jeet.
Clef Jeet.
Sing. This one, I don't even know what this. I forgot what this was. I just labeled it.
You know, Tariq be bashing the Indians, boy.
Yes, that's one thing I love Tariq for.
Oh, a little goop scoop.
I'm just gonna play it, and then we'll just kind of talk about it. I don't even remember why I put it, but
you know it's Indian food when they start with the diarrhea. That's how it starts and that's how it ends.
When diarrhea is an ingredient rather than a result,
and then it becomes a result.
It's all. Now, sorry.
What the fuck is he doing, bro?
We always gotta break it down, but he starts with.
He's pissing me off. He just put soup in the bread.
I was just about to say, because in America, that's something that we're conscious of, like not getting the bread soggy.
Or if I do, I'm gonna dip it and then I'll eat it right there, so it's not fucking this gross mush in 10 seconds.
I actually learned this from Pauly Shore. You get the sides on the side, and then you add it later. Like if you're getting a sandwich for later, and it doesn't make it soggy. So like mayo and lettuce, even.
Yeah, you just put it on.
You put it on later. You get it in a bag or something. You just tell them put it on the side. I'm just saying we start with like. It's conscious of trying not to make the bread soggy. Apparently, that's like a delicacy over there.
Soggy bread,
we
my
have
friend.
to make the bread soggy.
If it's not soggy, I don't want it.
It's not Indian cuisine. So they literally start by sopping it with like dirty water. It's hot dog water.
Yeah, it's recycled water, by the way, too, from last week.
You don't want to know.
It's a good shit.
Where that water came from.
Fermented.
That's actually the cleanest water in India.
They store it under their bed. They don't even have fridges.
At the foot of their bed.
At the foot.
They just leave it there.
Fucking stepping in it and waking up trying to take a piss and shit. What the fuck? Oh yeah. Let's put
just throw that. Why not?
Dog, when was the last time he washed that apron, my nigga? What is going on? Bro, what's going on in this video, bruh? I don't think I could do it. Holy shit. I'm just thinking about all that food transfer, bro.
I'm trying to see what he's putting on the motherfucker.
So
it's okay. He has 4 sauces he's playing with here.
I don't even think you could call that first one sauce. That's just like a viscous liquid.
I don't think you can call the second one sauce.
That might be a sauce.
That's like a stew.
Yeah, you know what? That's more of a stew.
Yeah. This, I don't even know if there's meat on this bitch.
Nah, I think those are like Fritos.
Those are Fritos. These are like peanuts.
You think there's meat? They don't eat meat over there.
They don't?
No, do they like worship cows? It's not
That
like
doesn't
beef or
mean that you
anything.
can't eat chickens.
Oh, that might be chicken.
I
You're
think
right.
I think what you're missing, Skrill, is they're very poor. You're thinking of this from an American standpoint. Meat?
Like they got options and shit.
We're not in that class, if you know what I mean.
So that's definitely that's like a gravy. That's like a stew.
So they basically have dirty water, stew, mustard, ketchup, fucking crushed up Doritos.
And then whatever the fuck that is.
And peanuts. Like caramel peanuts, too. They're not even like... It doesn't even go with the dish.
It totally throws off the flavor, but it's worth it.
Fucking inbred meal that you're seeing here.
Yo, every time they make something on the street, it's like they do it together that day. Like there's no recipe book for it. It's just like, what ingredients do I have lying around here?
Their meals are like scavenger hunts. It's like, hey, we found this. We found orange paste and fucking yellow custard.
Oh, you found the yellow custard. It's gonna be a good day.
It's gonna be a good day. We are gonna make a lot of money today.
They love this yellow shit. I don't even know what it is. I just found it and I put it on. It's great.
They find their ingredients, and it's all just put on a fucking like just piece of bread.
Don't forget to barehand it. You gotta barehand it.
You gotta barehand it.
Yeah, come on. Was that a little yellow rice? Okay, a little hit it with some more stew.
Oh, that's rice.
Yeah, that's
okay.
right.
They got something edible.
Okay, double dip. Yeah, a little
Oh,
bit
he
of slap.
doubled up on the fucking slop.
You got to. What are you putting in it now? A little hummus? Okay.
Okay. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to what he's adding to this bitch. He's just literally just whatever I reach at first. I've already reached. I cannot take it back. Our time is very limited. I have to come back with something.
Dog, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy.
He's just throwing shit on a piece of bread. There's no like method. Because then he's adding another thing of slop at the end.
Yeah, you got to top it off.
Let's be open minded here. Is there a delicacy we don't know about? Is it a possibility this is actually good as fuck?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say there's no possibility that this is great. You don't bite into this and go, this is actually better than I expected.
Not only that, Skrull, you don't put that on the table and go, yes.
Yes.
This isn't rub your hands together food.
No, this is like, oh no. That's yeah.
And that's not even a thing of like where it's like it has to be intricate. Like I'll take a bowl of like watermelon, put it down and go, yes. About to fuck this up. You know what I mean? Like this is just shit. This is like famine food.
Yeah. Yeah, it's literally just whatever they found that day.
I hate to sound arrogant, but I'm too good for this.
Yeah, we deserve way better. We deserve way better than that, for sure.
I wouldn't eat here.
I'm about to go to fucking Pollo Tropical off the strength, just because I can, nigga. Go give me some real food.
I'm about to support big business and corporations out here in India.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to spend 500 rupees on this bitch.
Easy. Where's the nearest KFC? I know y'all got a KFC.
You gotta have one.
And it's clean in that bitch, too.
I'm still probably going to get sick, but at least...
Nah, they got standards. They got standards. That's one thing that you can count on with a company.
Okay, now he's reaching for rice.
Yeah, a little bit of that yellow rice.
Toss it on the top, and then a little more slop. Boom. Plate that bitch.
You know, you got to close the bread so you can get it on both sides.
Oh, there is actually a method to what he's doing. I just realized he's doing the same order over and over.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. It's just above us. This is like the new age. They want us to eat like this in America.
How many times you think something that was on his apron fell off into what he was making?
Like 3-day-old fucking orange paste.
Yeah, all that.
When he reaches over.
Dog.
How much contamination is going on? Because he's just really just.
This is why they shit in the street over there, because they can't fucking make it to the toilet with the shit they're eating. Jesus. God damn, bro. Hey, listen, man.
It's just bothering me that fucking first splash of dirty water.
It's because it looks so terrible. Like, it all looks bad, but that first one, Like that doesn't
It's
even
the
look like
worst.
anything, bro. That looks like what you wash the utensils in.
Yes.
You know, like what are you doing?
It's like when you go to a buffet and they have the ice cream scoops.
Yes,
sitting
and they're
the
all in that same water.
Yes.
Oh my god. That's terrible.
It's fermented water.
Ugh.
It's like just been sitting there. What? Unless it's like garlic and there's some kind of like fucking pastel.
Yeah, maybe we're being ignorant. Maybe it's like some olive oil derivative.
You think it's delish?
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far.
I can't eat a sandwich without some kind of meat on there.
Yeah, there has to be something other than whatever the fuck he put on there. It's too liquidy for bread. There's too much liquids for bread.
Bread with,
especially with nothing to break it up in between.
This is definitely like some kind of nut, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, so like I couldn't eat a sandwich with a
chips and
nut
nuts
or an almond on it or something like that. Yeah, that's wow.
Another great day with fine cuisine.
Stomach churning.
Oh God, it's terrible.
That's fucking Hell's Kitchen.
For real.
For real.
Gee, for real. Damn, man.
It's not just a fucking snazzy name. You know what I mean?
At all. What a way to end it.
Ugh.
Guys, if you made it this far, you really rock with the Misfit Nation, and we rock with you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I was hungry.
Yes. I was hungry. Yeah, same. Now I think I'm just going to go home and cry myself to sleep.
Fucking sleep it off. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll do promo real quick.
Yes.
Yes. Buy us a coffee if you want to support the nation. At Misfit Nation on Buy Me a Coffee. Go over to Podbean, misfitnation.podbean.com. By the way, we're also on Spotify.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't realize that we were still on Spotify.
Really?
So, yeah, we're still on Spotify. So, if you guys want to go on, I got to update the graphic.
Nice.
Spotify or Apple Podcasts at the Misfit Nation. Just type in the Misfit Nation or Misfit Nation, whatever, will pop up. And Rumble. We're moving over to Rumble.
Moving to Rumble.
Very soon. The 20th, I think.
Yes.
Of June.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Exactly. Thank you, Skrill. Anything to promo?
You already know. Follow the Twitch, SkrillKill, SkrillKill. That's Twitch, Party, X, and Rumble.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are on Rumble?
Yes, I made a Rumble.
Nice,
Same name.
Nice. I gotta see if we can tie that so that we can loop you in.
That'd be dope.
You could follow me on X at Crishaun the Don. On X at Crishaun the Don. Real quick, can we shout out the chat and then we'll leave?
Yes.
All right. Sorry, I know it's late.
No, you're good. You're good.
All right. I'll go from the top if you want to go from the bottom.
Yes.
It's not many, so they just didn't support us tonight. They weren't there for us. Misfit Ramdale.
Hey.
Shout outs to you.
Shout out to you.
Lisa Marie.
Lisa Marie, that she's at the bottom for me too. Mr. Pink.
Mr.
Shout out
Pink.
to you, Mr. Pink.
Mr. Pink. Brian Brumbelow.
Hey, shout out to Brian. Come on, man. Shout out to Come On, man.
You dick.
Yo.
Peter Ortiz. My good friend.
And then he laid on the sauce for Pete. He laid the sauce off for Pete.
Faithful alpha male in the chat. We have to distinguish these days.
What a dick. Terry Strange. Shout out to you, Terry.
I actually talked to Terry Strange.
Oh, you did?
On Jake Hudson's chat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she was actually pretty cool.
Nice. Shout out to Terry.
I thought I was going to hate her. But
yeah, she turned out all right.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Bryce Marshall. He's another one. I think these were the trolls.
Yeah,
Bryce
those are the
Marshall,
bots.
Scott Whittington, and Ricky Crane. Nice try tonight, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. No effect whatsoever. Atheist Gamer, shout out to you. At least he came in here with a question.
Who?
Atheist Gamer.
Did he?
Yeah.
All right, you can find it. I'll just shout out the rest. Birdman. You dick. that has a different connotation with Birdman, though.
That was it.
I thought Atheist Gamer had a question.
No, we already answered it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I'm just saying, like, he wasn't there on his
Oh, you were just shouting him out for
Yeah,
throwing
yeah.
in a good question.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah. All right, cool. Of course, you can reach out to me or Skrill if you want to jump on the show. maybe have a conversation or a debate or whatever the fuck it is these days. And that's it. We're out. We'll be back next week. America's Most Dangerous Podcast.
Peace.
Fuck off.